Here we go!
Hello. Ignore my Wii back there. I didn't have a place to put it. Also ignore that guy back there. We don't need to give him... Hold on, my dad's calling me. Give me a second. I will be real too. As much as I love Pikachu, I genuinely, my opinion on Pikachu has changed a lot. Is the game too loud? It seems like the game's really fucking loud. Is it too loud? Also, my chat now works in OBS. Thank God. Okay, let me do this. First off, let me make sure. Let me make sure this is the right.
Scarlet, okay.
There, I turned myself up. Does that sound better? Or do I need to turn it up more? Does that sound good? I guess yellow's just a lot louder. Than other. Okay, so normal. Okay, I guess yellow's just a lot louder of a game than the other ones. But no, what I was gonna say is, as much as I like yellow, I genuinely do like Pikachu. I think yellow is the worst way to play Gen 1 because you are basically missing out on all the version exclusives from Red and Blue, basically, for the most part. Well, not all version exclusives. You're just missing out on, like, Magmar and all them. But, like, trade evolutions, not trade evolutions, well, the trades that were in original Red and Blue, like Lickitung and Farfetch, can be found in the wild now. But I do think, as much as people want to say that Gen 1 yellow is the best way to experience Pokemon for Gen 1, if you're not doing the remakes, I disagree. I do not think this is the best way to experience Gen 1, because you are not experiencing the idea of Gen 1, you are experiencing the idea of playing through the anime as a skin for Gen 1. And if that's what you want, that's not bad, but that is not the original envision of Gen 1. But I'm gonna give it props because this is the only way right now that I could actually play Gen 1 on a 3DS in color unless I get a mod. There are ways to play Gen 1 in color, but because of the way I'm doing it, this is the only way, so it gets some bonus points for that alone. But yeah, you're basically, like, the way I look at yellow is you're getting less Pokemon because you can't even get Raichu, and you can't even get Eevee, if I'm correct, in the Eevee evolutions. You can't get Magmar, Electabuzz, you can't get Meowth, Persian, things like that. You're losing out on Pokemon just for the benefit of, like, certain things. Like, I guess, like, you can get all 3 starters, which I guess is a benefit to some people. To me, it's not the biggest deal, but I am going to be using Blastoise for this run. So my team for Gen 1 is going to be Pikachu, Sandslash, Ninetales, Hypno, Blastoise, and Kangaskhan. I just think those drawbacks of losing out on some of those Pokemon and having this feel more like an anime themed idea, it's not the worst thing you could do for Gen 1, but is it how Gen 1 was supposed to be portrayed? No. Yellow was literally released because the anime got popular. That's literally it. But so for this run, we're not going to be doing a living dex. The only goal is I have to see every Pokemon. That's it. Living dex wise though, we don't have to make one. We already have, because since we already have all the Pokemon now for Gen 1 as living dex, we don't have to make one. So the only goal is I have to just complete the dex and see every Pokemon, but I don't have to catch everything. So that's gonna be a little easier than the other playthroughs I've done, I would say. We're now not running the risk of, like, taking 33 hours like we did last time, you know. But this should be a fun little playthrough. It's nice to have Gen 1 in color again. Order Pokemon. Hold on. I just got a package from GameStop. Which GameStop package is on the way, GameStop? Okay, it's that one. This world is inhabited by creatures called Pokemans. Dorito, why are you sitting back there, bro? Usually you sit on the bed. I don't know why he's just sitting down there in the corner over there. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? I really think what they should have done, even though I guess they couldn't have done it at the time, they should have made yellow from the manga. But I don't think the manga was out, at least for yellow, when Pokemon Yellow was out. Alright, we'll just keep it consistent that I've had before. His name is Piggy. Okay. CQ, your very own Pokemon Legends about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventure with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Dude, I'll be real though, I am not looking forward to playing through Gen 1 again. I am not looking forward to playing through Gen 1 again. It's not that I hated Gen 1. It's just like, we've already done it twice, dude. But I am looking forward to seeing it in color now. I like the purple hue here, it's really nice. I would say though, I guess if your only options to play Gen 1 on the 3DS were red, blue, or yellow, and you didn't know how to mod color into the game, because there's mods you can get for the 3DS that adds color to Gen 1 for red and blue. I guess yellow would be the best way to play it on 3DS if you really just had no other option and you wanted color. If you wanted color and that was like the deciding factor if you're gonna play it or not, then yeah, I guess this is fine. I still don't think it's the best way to experience Gen 1, but I do think it's not terrible. Pika! Phew. A Pokemon can appear anytime in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know, here, come with me. Is Oak's... Oak has like a bunch of pixels that are see-through. I just realized that. Do we also have that? Because he just has this like random purple on him. Unless that's just like supposed to be that way. Come by later. Whatever, just wait there. Look, CQ, did you see that ball on the table? It's called a Pokeball. It holds a Pokemon inside. You may have it. Go on, take it. Hey, Gramps, what about me? Be patient, Piggy. I'll give you one later. I will say, though, I don't understand why people think Gary or Blue or whatever is an asshole. He's not nice to you, per se. Like, he's not, like, being like, hey, buddy, like, congrats. Here's a bunch of, like, 20,000 potions because you won. But he never comes off as like a dick. He just comes off as he's kind of full of himself, but he's still like your friend. I never see him not being like your friend. But people paint Blue like he's genuinely like a terrible fucking asshole to you through and through. He's just arrogant, if anything. You can have it. I caught it in the wild and it's not tame yet. Professor Oak is all like, oh shit, that was like the only Pokeball we had. Here, just take this Pikachu I got. Just take this guy, he's fine. Okay. It's insane, though, that we're going to struggle with Brock just because our best option to fight Brock is either Butterfree or Nidoran Male. Which now gets Double Kick at level 12 instead of getting it, like, way later. We do get a very good attack, which is Thunder Shock early on, which is really good. But if we get crit like that every time, probably not. I think we're about to actually lose. Okay, unless he misses this attack as a paralyze. Okay, well then I guess we won now. Oh, no, we lost. Oh my god, dude. Worthless Pikachu, worthless. He said, yeah, I am a great owner. Would you look at that? It's odd, but it appears that your Pikachu dislikes the Pokeballs. You should just keep it with you. That should make it happy. You can talk to it and see how it feels about you. Wow, he is not happy with me. Oh my god. I've never seen that form of Pikachu. That is genuinely like he's at his lowest friendship possible. Thankfully, there's a glitch you can do if you want Pikachu to fully like you. And it's just spam potions at him. So for some reason, if you just do this, he'll end up liking you. And it just skips the whole growth process. Do it like a couple more times. I'm probably not gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna probably reload my save because I want to kind of have the growth be normal and see if I can get him to like me. But yeah, he likes me now. I don't know why this raises his value, to be fair with you. I think there's a video that explains it, but I wouldn't know what raises it. Okay. Well, let's start our journey. Thankfully, like I said, since we don't have to like catch everything, we just have to see everything. It's not gonna be a big deal to like get through this pretty fast, I would say. I don't think this is gonna take 20 something hours, but I don't think this is gonna be quickly beaten. Probably not. But we shouldn't take like insanely long. Also, we do get the benefit, I guess, of the better sprites, because now they look more like the anime. However, the back sprites are still the same. The front sprites are the only thing that got updated. What's he looking at over there? Why is he also sitting like that? He's clean his foot now. Gross ass cat, dude. Dorito. So came in, will you take it to him? CQ got Oaks Parasol. Oh boy. This is gonna be a fun time. I'm just not looking forward to Brock. I think that's going to be like the hardest part, is just having to train for Brock. Because we now have to literally train up a Nidoran just to get double kick, or I can go for Butterfree. Like, we just don't have any good options for dealing with Brock. Because we don't get Squirtle till way later. First? You're not first. What do you mean? All right, cool. No, Trick commented before. What are you talking about? Scroll up. Oh, you were first. I thought you meant like right now. What? You have something for me? Delivered Oaks Parasol. Oh, you must actually do something for him. Gramps. My Pokemon has grown stronger. Check it out. Picky, good timing. I needed to ask both of you to do something for me. On the desk, there's my invention Pokédex. This game would be cool if Pikachu was stronger than normal Pikachu. That's what they did with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but I think they did it way too overboard in that game. I seen her caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. CQ and Piggy, take these with you. Got Pokédex Remote. Like they made Pikachu and Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee have perfect Eevee and IVs, I think, or something like that. And like then you got like the custom moves that are only towards them. That's so peak. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Like Batty Bad, if I'm correct, was like a move that Eevee could learn, and it literally put the user to sleep, and it was 100% and did damage. Well, it didn't. It put the opponent to sleep. It's. I know you can't trade them, but like it literally makes an already easy game incredibly easier. For my sis, I'll tell her not to lend you one. It's basically like Dark Void, but it's for Eevee. It's called like Batty Bad. Alright, buddy, you don't have to look at me like a disappointed dad. At least he doesn't hate me anymore. Before, he fucking hated me. Alright. So, we need to go get a Nidoran. Nidoran male. That's our best bet if we want to deal with Brock. We need to get a Nidoran male, and we gotta raise them all the way up to level 12. Bam, bam. Unless I wanna really just overpower Pikachu and hope that Quick Attack when he learns it will do enough. That's like my option. Either go raise a Nidoran up to level 12 just for double kick, just so I can beat Brock, or I can literally just try my best and hope Pikachu can overpower it. I see you're using a Pokédex. I'll show you how to catch Pokemon as my apology. Bam, 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 bam. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finally getting the gold. Is he supposed to miss? I thought he couldn't miss. Oh, I think he's supposed to teach you to go buy Pokeballs. I'm about to say, I don't know if he's supposed to miss, but that threw me off. I was like, damn, what a great tutorial. Guy couldn't even fucking do it. Alright, what are our options here? Yeah. Every option we have for Pokemon right now for Brock sucks, dude. Like Pidgey, worthless against Brock. Nidoran male literally is like your only option, and they had to make it where it was an option for Yellow, because before he didn't learn double kick until like level 30 something apparently, making it basically almost impossible to have really anything good for Brock besides Butterfree. Like Butterfree basically is a staple if you don't pick Bulbasaur or Squirtle. Or if you're playing Yellow, you might as well either get Nidoran or Butterfree. Because everyone else sucks. I'm hoping... I think one spawns here. If not, I know where one does, but I think... Okay, here we go. Well, that's Nidoran female. I need Nidoran male, not female. I should probably heal, huh? Hold on, Pikachu. Let me spray you with the spray bottle. I mean, does Nidoran female learn tackle? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Does Nidoran not tackle? Nidoran female yellow moveless. No, it does not learn double kick at all, dude. Well, it does, but it learns at level 43, so that's gonna be literally not fucking helpful. The least helpful one we could have found. Okay, here we go. Crit. Wait, do I have I don't even have Pokeballs. Okay, well, let's go back and buy some Pokeballs. I forgot, this is not like modern games where they give you like 5 of them at the start. Or I think in ZA you got like 20. But yeah, I have been making progress on the Jumping Flash video, by the way, guys. And I want to say I want to try to get it out Wednesday, but I don't think so. Because I need to get it out a day before on Patreon. So that's probably going to not give me a chance to get it out Wednesday. So maybe Friday. It just depends. But I haven't gotten too much on it done. It's going to... I thought it was going to be like a 10-20 minute video. No, the shit's almost like 30 minutes. So no surprise there. But it covers the history of like Jumping Flash 1's development and then like a bit of Jumping Flash's 2 development, and then it goes over Jumping Flash 2 as the game. And I've learned some pretty cool stuff. I learned that basically Fuji TV like really had a lot of people that went into the game industry. So like Ishihara, the guy that made well, the guy that's working on that worked on Jumping Flash, and some other people too. And then the guy that did Pet TV also did television shows for Fuji TV. So it's kind of cool to see like how many people got their start in Fuji TV. I was very surprised. That's the only good thing I would say about Pikachu, is the fact that we have a chance to paralyze. Having that option early game is very good. It's not good against Brock. So, but it's very good against the common flying type that you can find, which is like Pidgeys and stuff. Pika! I think I remember reading that like the Pikachu Cry or whatever took like a whole bunch of space on the game. Or I think I'm maybe mistaking that with Sega, the Sega logo or whatever. One of those like apparently took like a bunch of space on the game or something. I know they had plans to make every Pokemon use their anime cries, but a lot of them sound awful, and then I think they couldn't fit all the space of it too either. But I remember hearing Butterfreeze for this as well. So they had a plan to make everybody have their anime cries. But then they just settled on Pikachu only doing it. Which I'm surprised. Oh my god, just give me Nidoran Mail, dude. I'm surprised how long it actually took for them to have Pikachu use his anime cry in the mainline games. Like after this. Like it's actually insane that it took so long for Pikachu to finally just say Pikachu. To the point that I feel like people don't even remember that Pikachu had like a weird ass cry. because it's just not a common thing to hear anymore. Dude, can I please get an around mail so I can continue? That's actually a very high level Pidgey, dude. Of course. And he got a crit. And I missed. Sand Attack genuinely is the worst move I've ever seen when it comes to early route. I'm gonna probably not kill him, but I'm dedicated. Okay, we got him. But yeah, we're gonna be playing this, I guess, until we beat it. I am going to be working on, like I said, the Jumping Flash video, and I'm going to be working on the Sonic R video after, so I can have the Sonic R video ready for Christmas. Or I'll release it, like, before Christmas or whatever, but still. Dude, can I please get Nidoran mail? It sucks. Apparently it has a pretty high, like a low encounter rate. From what it seems like, because I am not finding them at all. Dude, where the hell is he? Dude, where is he? Well, so much for this playthrough being pretty quick. We're gonna spend all the time I could have saved trying to find Nidoran mail. Do I have Nidoran mail in my Pokédex because I encountered them already? Yeah, I do. Bam, 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 bam. God, Gen 1 definitely had. Okay, nope, that's Nidoran Vimo. Gen 1 looks way better in color. It definitely does. The color does help, but I think it's still fine even without it, but it's nice being able to play in color again. Even if it's like very simple colors. I don't understand why we're not finding Nidoran mail. Like, we are just not getting any good luck to find him. Come on, dude. It shouldn't be this hard to find him. It may just be worth it to just go for Butterfree. I'm gonna have to get Butterfree to a higher level, but at least I can for sure find a Butterfree. Or I can go for the level 18 Pidgeot if I really want. Pidgeot's not great, but Pidgeot still should be able to not die against Brock. Oh my god, dude, where the hell is this guy at? Oh, I need to go heal the Pokemon Center. I only have 2 Thunder Shocks left, and I know for a fact that wouldn't kill Nidoran or even get him low enough. We are like getting no luck here at all. All right, let's go back and look. Do I want to look over there? I know he can spawn over there easier, but I think he spawns at a lower level. Oh, well, we got Mankey. Okay, I forgot Mankey. You can get Mankey early. Mankey actually would be a pretty good option. Let me see. Let me see when he learns, when he learns fighting. Oh. Never mind, he doesn't learn a single fighting move until level 33, and not only that, it is Seismic Toss, which is genuinely worthless for a fighting type attack if you're trying to do super effective damage. It's great if you just want to do a base set damage, but that's it. That's literally it. So Mankey is not a good option either. Cool, he's here though. But I can't do anything with him. It may just be worth it if I can't find Nidoran to just level Pikachu up high as I fucking can and just try to steamroll Brock that way. For some reason, Karate Chop is not fighting in this gen. It is normal, which makes no sense to me. You literally have Karate Chop in the name and some amounts of normal attack. The move people were smoking on some shit. They were on some crap. Spearow, you're not helpful either. Like, none of these guys are helpful. Can I just get Nidoran, bro, please? Okay, here we go. Finally. What level are you? Okay, 4. He learns it in... He learns at level 16, right? In yellow? Oh, yeah, he learns at level 12. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, Mankey learned at... Okay, Mankey did get a fighting move in yellow. He learns at level 9. Mankey actually would probably be a better option then, because he would be faster to get to that level. I guess it don't really matter. I can use either one. Mankey would just be faster, though. Okay, and Nidoran female also learn. Okay, I forgot that the moves are different in yellow. Let me see what Nidoran learns up to level 12. Horn attack, double. Okay. I mean, he'll be fine, I guess. I think Mankey would be a better option now, just because he's faster to get to that level. But I think he should be fine. Let me heal them, and I'm gonna try to switch train him for this battle that's over here. Yeah, I don't know why all of a sudden OBS just decided to work now with my YouTube chat, because before I could never have it on the side, but now I can. So I don't know what decided for it to just work now. But hey, that works for me. Makes it a lot easier now. All right, let's switch train him. You would think Pikachu would be yellow in his little sprite there, but he's not. The guard won't let you through. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? I love how bunny-like Nidoran looks in his back sprite versus like his front sprite. He looks like he's a bunny in his back sprite, but his front sprite, he looks nothing like a bunny. Because I think they're not even supposed to be like bunny looking wise. I think they're supposed to be more like little gerbils or mouses or something. Like wild mouses or some shit like that. Alright, well, since we have Nidoran now, and we should be able to easily beat Brock once we get Double Kick, it should be pretty much smooth sailing. Brock is literally going to be the thing that's going to hold us back. Once we get the Misty, it's literally nothing. Misty's like going to be the easiest thing about the whole entire run. Do I have... I don't have fighting type on my... Yeah, so my team that I want Pichu, Sandslash, Vulpix, Hypno, Blastoise. Okay, well, Blastoise should... Blastoise later on should cover any rock weaknesses or ground weakness we have. Because I was like, damn, I probably should get a fighting type just to cover for Giovanni and stuff later on. But if we'll have Blastoise, it won't be a big issue. Oh my god, they did a lot of damage. Okay, well, he's level 6 now. He should be able to now, for the most part, take everything on without me needing to switch train, but I'm probably going to switch train on all the trainers in Viridian. Do we find anything here? Mankey. Yeah, he does like no damage. Level 7. I mean, we're pretty much close to getting Double Kick now. Are allowed through. You don't have the Boulder badge yet. Alright, I guess we switch train Verdant Forest until I get Double Kick, and then we can beat Brock. Thankfully, while I'm not going to be doing glitches, so I don't really have to glitch my way through trainers, I'm still going to be doing glitches for certain aspects, like to get Kangaskhan easier. Even though he does have a better spawn chance in yellow than he does in red and blue. It just would be more helpful. It's genuinely so crazy that Nidoran doesn't learn Double Kick in red and blue until like the highest level possible. And it's to the point that like Double Kick's not even that good of a move for you to want to put that much investment into it. Pikachu wagging his tail. Yeah, he loves wagging his tail. He'll probably wag his tail if I talk to him, if he likes me enough now. Oh, he's not healed. I didn't realize that he was low on health. I mean, I have a potion, so... Yeah, I would say Pikachu, for Gen 1 walking sprite, he has a lot of, he has a lot of charm to it. He genuinely looks very happy to walk around with. And even though, like, Pikachu sucks, like, he does, like, unless you do the Volt Ball method or whatever, or the Light Ball method, he's pretty bad. I always just love walking around with them in Yellow. It's why I never remove them. Like, if I play through Yellow, I always use a Pikachu. And if I ever do Nuzlocke on Yellow, I always make sure to keep Pikachu. But, like, I always make it to where if Pikachu dies, like, the run's over. And I used to do challenge runs for Yellow where I would just play through normally, but I had it where if Pikachu died at any point in a battle, you had to reset. So, like, Pikachu had to stay alive for the battle to count. And that made Yellow kind of fun. I would say if you do challenge runs with Pikachu, the game becomes a little bit more interesting. But obviously, self-infliction challenges aren't for everybody. Some people like them, some people don't. I just think it does make Yellow a bit more interesting. Alright, he should, for the most part, be able to kind of, like, handle his own. I will probably still try to get a Metapod or something just for Butterfree, because Butterfree early game is going to be great, but we probably don't need him right now. Just because once Brock is kind of done, there's not really any real struggle for Pikachu for a while. I don't think I need a Switch Train on this guy, huh? Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find the random level 18 Pidgeot. Not Pidgeot, Pidgeotto. Oh my god, he used Stand Attack. Bro, am I really trying to fight this wild Pokemon? Oh my god. I'm dedicated now. That's my problem. When I get hit with Stand Attack, I become so pissed off that I'm dedicated to hitting them. So now I'm gonna sit here until I get it. Because I'm petty. I don't care. I don't care if it wasted more shit than I needed just to get 23 experience points. It's the fact he hit me with Sand Attack, and now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking kill you now. Like, we're gonna pull it off. Do you like me now, Pikachu? Wow, he actually started liking me pretty fast. He went from, like, genuinely hating the shit out of me to, like, being fine with me. I thought that takes way longer. You kind of raised your friendship level way faster than I thought. Okay. Caterpie. Caterpie in Yellow looks so much better than he does in Red and Blue. He's a lot cuter. In Red and Blue, he like kind of looks terrifying. Thankfully, Caterpie is kind of worthless, so should be some decent experience. 79, yeah. We should reach level 12, honestly, pretty quickly. And then we won't really need to use Nidoran for a while after that. Because I could keep him on the team, but I'm not gonna, like, I won't fully commit to him, but I could keep him just to have him, just because double kick can be kind of useful. But he's, if I'm not gonna really be investing TMs into him, he's pretty bad. I mean, yeah, we could get an early game Nidoking, but the problem is early game Nidoking without TMs is just terrible. Like, yeah, you have a Nidoking, but like, he genuinely can't do anything. Like, Nidoking learns nothing good unless you like invest time into it. or use TMs. Like Earthquake, he doesn't learn naturally. You need to use a TM. Hyper Beam, you need to use a TM. The only good thing about Nidoking is he learns a lot of TMs. But it's just like, if I'm not keeping him on the team, there's no point for me to invest TMs into him that I'm going to want to keep. But, I mean, he's not a terrible option to have. He can be a pretty decent wall just to, like, send out and, like, waste time. But, yeah, we would be getting a Moonstone pretty quickly. It's just Gen 1 Nidoking is not good until you get Earthquake, and we don't get Earthquake until the very end of the game. And I would rather give Earthquake to Sandslash that I want to use. I will say, the grind to beat Brock was a lot worse in red. It was a lot worse in red. Because your best option in red is Butterfree. And you have to get Butterfree up to, I think, like level 13 or 14 to finally get a move that can do something. So, like, it's a lot worse of a grind. Like, the fact he's already almost at level 12 is pretty good. Alright, we just need to find one more trainer. There's Caterpie. It may be decent to get Caterpie, to be real with you, just to have for like status condition moves. But I really don't want to train him up either. But just having Butterfree in general would be decent if I want to go for it. He should get Double Kick pretty soon. We may not even have to fight another trainer with Switch Training to get Double Kick. We just give that experience to Pikachu instead. Well, we'll get it here. You realize how bland the backgrounds are when you finally play in color, because everything's just white. But like, it's also impressive that they were able to make it work. Like, I'm always impressed to see how Gen 1 still has a lot of charm for being a GB game, when Game Boy at that time period when Gen 1 came out was actually so late into its life cycle that people are telling Tajiri, like, why the fuck are you making a game for the Game Boy? Isn't that like old? So it's impressive to see like how much charm they were actually able to make work into a Game Boy. But you do realize how bland everything is as a result too. Okay, we can now beat Brock. We can just go fight him now. All right, switch. Level 6 Pidgey. Pika! Pika! How do you feel about me, Pikachu? Also, I guess addition that I really like. This is one of the few... Well, it's not few. So, in Red and Blue, you cannot just turn in place. Like, if you press on the D-pad to move, like left or right or up and down, you're gonna move. Yellow made it to where now you can just basically turn in place. It's a... Well, I guess you can only do it if you look at Pikachu, but never mind. I thought you could turn in place, but it's literally only so you can look at Pikachu. Never mind. Ignore my praise. Yeah, because later games have it where you can like turn in place, but in this one, you can only do it if you look at Pikachu. So much for my praise. It's now gone. I'm like, wow, dude, you can turn in place. It's just only to talk to Pikachu. That's it. Oh my god, the encounter rate's been really bad. Or I guess really good if you want encounters. Leave me alone. Potion. Can we get a Verdant Forest, please? I'm gonna get a trainer fight. That's like the second time this has happened where I've got an encounter while on a trainer tile. I don't rarely get that, but this is the second time that's happened because I think it happened when I played Red. It doesn't really mean anything, I guess. Like nothing's affected by it, but I always just find it cool that you can randomly get that. Okay. Please let me leave so I can go fight Brock. No encounter. Woo! Well, we're making really good time because I don't think we even fought Brock in Pokemon Blue until like way later. Even with having Ivysaur, or I think at the time when we fought Brock, we had Ivysaur. Like I said, we should run through early gyms at least pretty quickly, because as soon as we get to Cerulean, I'm just gonna fight Misty right away. You're still light years away from beating Brock. I pity the red player who picked... Oh, yeah, dude. I picked Charmander in my Pokemon Blue playthrough. And it genuinely took me 33 hours to beat the game. And a lot of that was early grinding for Charmander. Because I had to get a Butterfree. Like, if you play Blue and Red and you don't pick Bulbasaur or Squirtle, your only option to beat Brock is a Butterfree. Because other than that, everything else that could hit for super effective damage isn't learned till like level 40, and that's for Nidoran male. And I think Nidoran female learns it early, but like if you picked, I think if you picked Red, Nidoran female, no, if you picked Blue, Nidoran female is a terrible spawn. Like it's so hard to get it to spawn in Blue. Wow, that actually didn't do a lot of damage. Wow, Sandshrew.Sandshrews pretty bulky. I always get ground type and rock types confused. I always think they're the same thing. My brain has like a hard time to like distinguish ground versus rock. 'Cause to me, that's the same shit. So to me, they just seem like the same exact thing. Guys over here telling me about how light years works. It's not about skill. Light years measures distance. But yeah, I would never play through Gen 1 again picking Charmander. Because even then, Charizard really does not become decent until you get Fire Blast or Flamethrower. Because I think in Gen 1, Charizard only learns Ember and Fire Spin for his fire attacks. You have to give him Fire Blast or Flamethrower through a TM. Like he's just that bad. Like it's cool. Like it's cool to have Charizard. I love the idea of owning a Charizard in Gen 1, but actually having to use Charizard in Gen 1 is not that great. I think I just gave mine Fire Blast, and then that's kind of really all he ever used because that was kind of his only best option. Oh, great. He has Bind. He could just spam this and only this. Okay, there we go. That's gonna kill me if I don't kill him. Oh, we should be fine. Okay, yeah, we're good. Bide is not a good move, but it can be good if you're not getting the kill. If you don't somehow get the kill and you're like very weak anyways, you're gonna die. Oh, I need to go back through this and delist everybody. I have to go through and like unclick everyone so I can keep track of who I all have again. Give me a second to do this. Yeah, nearly 1 hour in. I mean, that's not terrible. That's a pretty decent time, unless like at least for like what I've been doing, because a good amount of that time was spent trying to find Nidoran. But I also could have done Mankey. Mankey could have been another option because he learned a fighting attack quicker, but. Alright, sorry, I have to literally unclick all these guys. And there's no, like, fast way to unclick every single one, I don't think. Wait, is there? Oh, wait, hold on, there is. Okay, there is. Okay. And then I'm gonna go through this and then figure out which Pokemon we've seen. So again, we don't have to get a Living Dex in this run, because we already have a Living Dex for Gen 1, but I do need to, I do need a Mark who I've seen. So, so occasionally I'll go through and I'll mark them, unless I want to like mark them as soon as I see them right then and there. But the problem is some of those will be a bit difficult because I don't know what the numbers are until I either check my Pokedex or beat them. But yeah. Alright, so 10 and 11 we have. 16. 19 and 21. 25. Raichu will never get, like, I don't think we'll ever see well, that's how you do see Raichu. So we will see Raichu, I think, for Lieutenant Surge. Nidoran. Diglett and Mankey. So Diglett and then 56 is Mankey. Geodude is 74. Then Onyx 95. That's crazy. Onyx is like 95. He's very high up. And then Eevee's 133. Okay. I could sit there and farm for the level 18 Pidgeot or Pidgeotto and see him, but I'm not going to do that. There's better options we have. Okay, escape rope. I'm not going to be catching too many Pokemon, so we don't really need a lot of Pokeballs per se. So we can kind of go more into our like our healing moves, healing items and stuff. All right, hold on. Does this guy want to trade still? The other end sit. Hit some badges. Imagine just owning a Pokemon that genuinely is not wanting to listen to you. Aerodactyl fossil. Kabutops fossil. You have a space exhibit now. Space Shuttle Columbia. I asked my daddy to catch me one. I'd like to get that Pikachu off you, but it's too attached to you. July 20, 1969, the first lunar landing. I bought a color TV to watch it. Cool to see that we've even landed on the moon in Pokemon. Interesting. That's the one thing too you'll probably never see much of anymore is like Pokemon referencing real life stuff. Like Pokemon at no point will ever go, yeah, we also were part of like Tanama Square. Some shit like that. Be like, yeah, we also did that thing in real life. It just don't happen no more. Times have changed. Times have changed. Do I want to set up the Mew glitch right now and do it? I could do it. Well, no, I couldn't because I fought the trainer in Viridian Forest, so I'll just end up trading over my Mew from my other game to have Mew. Technically, Mew doesn't count, so we don't really need it, but I can just do it just to do it if I want. I meant to switch over to Cheese Rat. Please don't hit me with this damn sand attack, dude. Please die. Don't hit me with sand attack. Please. No. Now I'm gonna miss like every fucking shot now. Okay, wow. Insane. Please no sand attack. Please, game. I'm begging you, game. I'm gonna try to just not switch and go with go with my Pikachu that's been hit with sand attack. All right, more sand attack. I mean, after one sand attack, dude, your luck's basically down to 50-50 anyways. More sand attacks don't mean anything. You're either gonna hit at that point or not hit. Bring more sand attack. That's fine. We don't need to see. One sand attack is equal to like 20 sand attacks. Nothing changes after one. You're either not hitting or you're hitting. That's it. Okay. Let me go back and heal before I go through and do all this shit. So I do know for the minigame that needs surfing Pikachu, I'm just gonna give my Pikachu surf. Like I'm gonna clone it and hack a Pikachu with surf in to do the surfing minigame. And then I'll get well, no, I'll probably just give my Pikachu surf and then do the surfing minigame and then get rid of surf just to show that off. Because the only way for me to get the surfing minigame, unless they made it where you can just play at any point now in the 3DS version, you would need Pokemon Stadium 1. I like that it puts him to sleep. It's like a cute little detail. He also apparently has like special interactions he can do in only certain spots of like the game or whatever. Like it's like certain areas will he'll do like a unique interaction with you, and it's only in those areas. But I don't know what that what that list would be. Hey, I met you in Viridian Forest. I keep forgetting to switch them. Thundershock. My goal for today probably is just to basically beat Lieutenant Surge if possible. Which Lieutenant Surge is gonna be the one that we're gonna need to kind of like train for, but I think we can just catch a Diglett and then beat him if we really want to go that route, where we don't even need to bother training. But if I can get Sandshrew by that point, I'd rather have that. But I guess if we can beat Lieutenant Surge this stream, that'd be very nice. Alright, so we've seen Weedle now, so that's good. After every badge, I'll go ahead and update the Pokemon tracker up there. That way I'm not just sitting here constantly doing it every fight. We can just have it a dedicated area where after every badge I update it. I think that would be a lot better than me sitting here each fight going through and trying to like figure out which ones I've seen and which one I haven't. So every badge would do that. No, my speed. My speed has lowered. My speed. Okay. Yeah, anyways, Thundershock, that's it. Well, we have Quick Attack now, which will actually be decent. It's decent to have for a bit. I probably should have got rid of Tail Whip because I'd rather be able to lower their attack than their defense, because that only is going to work with Quick Attack and nothing else. I like shorts. They're comfy and they're comfy. Bow 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 bow. I keep forgetting to switch him every time. I just keep forgetting. Pika! Oh, that's gonna do some damage. Oh yeah, that did a good amount. That did more damage than I thought. Why is this guy doing so much fucking damage? Yeah, sorry, buddy. Pikachu doesn't talk. He just hits with Thunder Shock. Wow. Okay, well, he dies. Never mind. Pikachu just dies. Bro, why is this Rattata doing so much damage? Yeah, he's the 1% Rattata. Wait, that is right, isn't it? Like, he has, like, the 1% Rattata or something? Hold on. Gen 1 trainer with the 1%... Joey's the first trainer that battles in the game. He encountered on Route 30 where he initially blocks path towards Route 31. The character introduced in oh, he's in Generation 2. Okay. Okay, that's like a fan theory thing, but it's Generation 2. I remember like a thing about it, and I thought that was like he actually had like a really good Rattata for no reason, but no. It just seems a Gen 2 thing, and it seems more like a meme. It's actually crazy though how quickly Pikachu becomes outclassed. Like you'll start seeing Pikachu basically can't do shit by the time he reaches like probably the 4th or 5th gym. And at that point he's no longer one-shotting really anything or doing well. And you're just kind of like, well, this is it if you want to keep using him. There's no light ball to make him better. The best option you have is teaching him TMs that make him do more damage. But at the end of the day, he's still a Pikachu, so your mileage is gonna definitely vary by the later half. I think the only time you'll ever after like the 5th gym badge, the only time he starts becoming good again is when you fight Lorelei with her water types. Technically they're ice types too, but I think that's it. And even then, you could just use like Venusaur or anyone else and do a better job at dealing with her. But that's the beauty of Yellow if you want to have Pikachu follow you. I do like though if he is dead, he does not follow you. I think that's a nice detail. Just like if he is dead, he will not follow you now. And now he's gonna hate me more. Nothing like good old spamming potions to him will fix. Nah, he's fine with me. He don't care. So don't forget the switch. Yeah, he has no Claw armor. I do think restricting him from evolving is fine if you want to have more of an anime type feel. That's why you're buying Yellow. If you're buying Yellow, you're buying it because you want to feel like you're in the anime. You weren't buying Yellow because you wanted to play Gen 1 for a good experience. You bought it because you wanted to feel like you were Ash from the anime. So I think not having him evolve is fine, but I do think that he should have had either a signature move just for Gen 1, or he should have been able to learn Surf regardless if he had Stadium or not. Or he just should have been a little bit more powerful, just something. But I don't think he should have evolved. I think people that say that, oh, you should just be able to evolve him, I think they're missing the point why you buy Gen 1 for Yellow. Again, you're not buying it because you want to experience the true Gen 1 feeling. You want to feel like you're in the anime. Yeah, Let's Go. I think Let's Go, though, took that shit too far, though. I think Let's Go genuinely took that way too far. The move, like, there's no point to teach Pikachu normal moves when all the special moves that are added are genuinely so much better than anything Pikachu could ever learn in his life. So there's never any point ever to level him up and learn moves that he would learn naturally. It's all just going to be those special moves. And then he's basically 6 IV'd or whatever, which, like, cool, he's more powerful. He's still a Pikachu at the end of the day, but those broken new edition moves make it where it doesn't matter he's just a Pikachu at the end of the day, because he's actively hitting and also putting you asleep like Dark Void. or like he's hitting with like a move that paralyzes every time. Like it's insane. Eevee though got the better moves though. Eevee genuinely got the way better moves. Like Batty, which is just Dark Void, is crazy. I think Misty's gonna be probably pretty easy to get through. I mean, well, at least getting to her should be decent. I may end up just keeping Nidoran just to get through the tunnel though, because I think a lot of the people in the tunnel use they use rock types. The Pokemon Battle Royale animation. Yeah, I know what you were talking about. Yeah, I watched those. Those are good. I think they're by Terminal Montage or something like that. My only issue with Terminal Montage at this point that I would say is that all of the videos that he makes now all kind of feel the same, but they're still edited and like animated very well that I still like them. But the jokes kind of are always just the same shit now. But that's not even like an issue with him. That just seems to be an issue with almost every video game animator that I've seen, where they basically make these same exact jokes. And it's just like literally kind of down to a formula. It's just some are better animated than others, and I think Terminal Montage has a very nice style, where it looks so simple that anyone could do it, but it's like actually really like well done. That's how I felt about Sir Palo. Sir Palo, I always felt the same way, where his style looks so easy to do that anyone can replicate it, and then you realize how much work he puts into it and how like difficult it can be to make it where it looks really good. And then you're like, oh damn, like this is really, really good. Because again, his style looks very, very easy to replicate, and then you realize, like, no, it's not. Shit's pretty difficult. Is Pikachu gonna die again? Wow. Come on, Pikachu. That's a horn attack, bro. Okay, forget what I said about Pikachu showing his lack of worth by the middle game. He's already showing it now. Pikachu's already showing his lack of worth, and we just started. Nurse Joy's gonna be like, damn, didn't you just like show up here like not even a minute ago and Pikachu's already dead? Nurse Joy, you don't understand. I had to have him fight against a Nidoking. He almost had it. Horn attack is 65 power, but it's also being used on a Nidoran that doesn't have that very good attack power. I don't know. I don't think it should be like killing Pikachu that easily, but I get it. I guess it should do some damage. I don't think it should be killing him though. Do you still like me, Pikachu? Oh yeah, he's fine with me. Yeah, he seems more happier to die and come back to life than he was when like he didn't die twice. Like he seems like he's a lot happier with me. Bro's learning to love me by dying. Hi, Noodle. Wow, another bug catcher. So doing research for the Gen 1 video that I'm working on, I learned how big underground stag beetle fighting is for children over there. At least back in the day, it used to be really big. To the point that there's like actually games based around the idea of collecting beetles and fighting them. There's like a PS1 game that's like a full-on fighting style thing with like beetles. Like I didn't realize how popular that was until like really looking into it. Nowadays it's not. Like I don't see much for it nowadays. But like back in the 90s and like I guess a little bit of the early 2000s, there was a lot more games that were like about stag beetles fighting each other. 35 base HP, 35 base defense, 40 special defense. Jin's passive V had them gain 10 in their defense stats. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he should be doing... I still don't think he should be killing Pikachu, but I don't know. That's Sun current level of stats. That's for Nidoran, right? Yeah, if he has those stats, he should not be killing Pikachu. Or is that Pikachu stats? What's the deal for Pikachu? Oh, yeah. This is okay. Maybe Pikachu should be getting one-shotted by everything possible. If those are its stats, I think Pikachu is going to be one-shotted by anything that comes his way. Bow, bow. If I don't kill him, I'm going to catch him just so we can have a flying type later on, so I can have fly. Never mind, he's dead. Pikachu gets the crit whenever I don't want it. That's his beauty. He sucks when I want him to be good, and then when I don't want him to be insanely amazing, he gets the crit every time. Jigglypuff actually looks not like shit in this game. Jigglypuff in Gen 1 has like weird eyes. Yeah, okay, maybe he should be one-shotting me then. Oh yeah. If Jigglypuff is pulling out moves like that, you know it's bad. Yeah, you know this is not a good time for Pikachu. Disable? Dude, imagine getting disabled by a Jigglypuff. I guess they're both going to sleep now. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry, my mom texted me. But yeah, last night, while at work, I ended up having to actually call the police and arrest some drunk lady. Some drunk lady showed up to our gate. Which, at the time, I thought it was, so the workers, we call them partners. That's just what they call them. It's just another name for coworker, I guess. So I'm kind of ingrained now where I say it, but I thought it was a partner that showed up. So I was like, oh, okay, like, they're just gonna badge in. And then, like, I realized after, like, about 10 seconds she didn't badge in. I was like, what the fuck? Wait. Are you licking his toes? What are you, a fucking freak? Bro's licking his toes. Dorito, what the fuck is your problem? He's going in on those fucking toes. Hold on. Can you leave his fucking toe alone? He's going in on those goddamn grippers. You're just letting him lick your toes, bro. You don't even care. Anyways, but no, so this lady pulled up to the gate, and I was like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? So then I realized she wasn't badging in. So I was like, hey, are you a partner? Like, what's going on? And she was like, that's a good question. And she was like slurring her words. I went, oh shit, she's drunk. And then like, dude, all over her fucking neck, I'm not even joking, was just vomit. It was just pure vomit. She not only threw up, she pissed herself. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I could not imagine genuinely getting that fucking drunk that you piss yourself and then you vomit on yourself, and not one bit do you go, maybe I should get this shit off of me. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, dude, I can't let her drive off. I was like, I can't. Call me a snitch or whatever, but I've been hit by a drunk driver before, and that shit's not fun. So as soon as I realized she was drunk, I was like, well, I have to report it. So basically, I was just like, sure, it was just drink. Huh? No. Oh, no, she pissed herself. The cops told me. The cops straight up said, because I said, I think she spilled stuff on her pants or whatever. They said, no, she pissed herself because there was piss all over the seat. So the cops even confirmed, yes, she indeed pissed all over herself and the seat. So she must have done it while driving. So take that as you fucking want. But so as soon as that happened, I got her to get out of the car, and I was just talking with her, and I was like, hey, like, give me a second, let me get you stuff to clean up the vomit off of you. So I went in there, called the police. I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm gonna stall till you guys get here. I'm just gonna stall till then. And then I ended up getting her to finally like clean what she could off of herself with like some wet wipes. And then after that, they did the sobriety test, and she bombed it, dude, like bad. She bombed that shit hard. So do I even have 500? Yeah, I do. Okay, take Magikarp, whatever. So after that, they did a sobriety test, and then they arrested her, and then they took her off. Again, call me a snitch or whatever, but like I said, I've been hit by a drunk driver. That's just not fun, and I genuinely could not have felt good about myself if I would have let her leave driving drunk, and then she would have hit somebody and killed somebody. Like, I would have just hated myself learning that, like, she would have either killed herself or killed somebody driving drunk. So, like, genuinely, I don't know why motherfuckers do it, but, like, maybe don't drive drunk, guys. Like, I don't know. Like, at that point, dude, go sleep in the parking lot or something. Like, don't drive drunk, dude. Yeah, Magikarp has been acquired, but I'm not going to use them. I was going to use them. I did actually plan to use Gyarados, but then I decided since we get Blastoise in this, and I haven't used Blastoise, might as well use them now. Whatever team I do use for Gen 1, though, for this, is going to count towards Pokemon I can't use in later gens. So as of right now, the Pokemon that I can't use going forth for the rest of these games is Electabuzz, Machamp, Nidoking, Poliwrath, Jinx, and Venusaur. Then for this one, Pikachu, Sandslash, Vulpix, Hypno, Blastoise, and Kangaskhan I won't be able to use. However, I will make an exception if I'm forced to use Pikachu, and I'll make an exception for his Gigantamax form because I do want to probably use Gigantamax Pikachu. But those Pokemon going forth now, I can't use anymore. Like, they're off limits. Which is why I'm trying to use Pokemon that I wouldn't really use the later games that suck and, like, that are bad now. So I can actually have good Pokemon later on, you know? So I didn't want to use Gyarados yet. I'm probably going to wait to use Gyarados until, like, later games. I don't know when, though. I don't know when I want to use Gyarados. The caves are a little bit better when you actually have some color to it and it's not just black and white. Water gun. Can I even teach anyone water gun? No, of course not. When can I get Sandshrew, actually? He's apparently in this area. So maybe we'll get lucky and find him. Because he is going to be on the team. Clefairy. I did use a Wigglytuff when I played through Blue. Not Wigglytuff. I used a Clefable when I played through Blue, and I actually had a lot of fun using it. Clefable is pretty good, especially when you get Metronome. Just having Metronome in general is like such a cool little thing to have. Even if it's not like amazing or anything. Oh my god, Pikachu really does not take damage at all. Pikachu really does have bad stats. I'm really starting to realize how genuinely terrible its stats are. I thought they were bad, but like, oh my god, oh my god, they're fucking trash. I may just have to carry with Nidoran for a while, just because Pikachu cannot do anything on his own. If Pikachu's not one-shotting, dude, he's not gonna do anything. Oh well, there we go. He's evolving. I don't know what number he is. What is Adam real quick? I think he's gonna be, should be this one. No, okay. I think it's okay. Yeah, here he is. Well, we saw Nidoran female. I don't know why I haven't marked Nidoran female yet. Yeah, we saw Nidoran female already, so. Yeah, I thought Pikachu's usefulness stopped around, I want to say halfway. No, his usefulness genuinely stops after the first gym. After the first fucking gym, dude. Jesus Christ. Imagine, dude, you're the mascot of the fucking box art and you can't even, you're like, your usefulness after the first gym just plummets until you get the Misty, and then you're slightly okay. Yeah, after the water gym, I don't see him being useful anymore. But I'm gonna use him. I'm gonna stick with using Pikachu, even though he sucks. Do you still like me? Yeah, he likes me. Yeah, he's fine. I thought he was gonna hate me by now, but no. He sure does not hate me. Man, I should have changed the background to yellow for the Pokemon Red, since we're playing yellow now. Do I want to do it really quick? Do I want to make the background yellow? Because it wouldn't take me that long to do. I can just literally paint it yellow. Hold on. Let me go to. How do I do it? Can I filters? Let me change the color. I think I can. Color correction. I just made it brighter. Hue shift. That looks yellow, right? Looks pretty gross, to be honest. Wait, I can do this. We can select. There we go. Wow, that I don't think that's what I was trying to do. Yeah, I think that's a little too bright. All right, there we go. That looks good, right? We'll just put that as 0. Yeah, that's good, right? That looks more like genuinely diarrhea brown, but like yellow, I find yellow to never look like a good color, to be real with you. Like, I think it's just hard to make yellow look good to me. There we go. That should be fine. Yeah, that works. That works out. I can't even damage you, so... Cheetah pattern. Well, the icon, like the little black spots, that's supposed to be the Pokemon sprites themselves. And not necessarily like cheetah pattern, but I guess it kind of looks like cheetah pattern, but it's supposed to be the sprites themselves. Like, I don't know if you kind of tell, but like Poliwrath and Poliwhirl are right by the bottom screen right there and above my webcam. Maybe it's kind of hard to tell, but... Wait, that was a wild... Oh my god, that was a wild Sandshrew. I thought that was a trainer fight. Well, shit, I could have caught that. Next time we see Sandshrew, I'll catch him. I should have caught him. Rusty Cockring is playing Look Outside. Alright, I don't know why I have some guy added named Rusty Cockring, but I may have to figure out who that is and make sure that I want them still added on my friends list. I know for the video itself, I'm gonna figure out if I want to have this, like what you're seeing on stream. I gotta figure out if I want this to be how it's gonna look throughout the whole entire video, or if I'm gonna restructure everything and make it look different. Because what I could do is have it where it looks like this throughout the whole video, or I can put the actual gameplay in the dab smack in the middle and just have the background itself and then just kind of redo it like that. That way I don't have to have my webcam on the stream. So I'm not sure what I want to do. I'll end up figuring it out, but I've been kind of trying to figure it out with like different ideas. I don't know why Dorito sits like that. He just sits like that all the time. He's like licking his big old fucking belly. Yeah, like I said, Reno looks like he's a bunny in his pre-evolution. And that's not at all what he's supposed to look like. He's not supposed to resemble bunnies, I don't think. But he has a very bunny-like look to him. Pika! Pika! Bam, 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 bam. All right, can we find another Sandshrew again? Since I royally screwed that up. Rare candy. Escape rope. Pika! I don't know what Sandshrew's encounter rate is here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard to find another one. Yeah, when I saw him, I thought it was a trainer fight, so that's why I just killed him. Not realizing, hey, that's an actual wild encounter of a Pokemon I'm trying to have for my team. One more pet, Snoodle. Yeah, he does. He don't like being held still. Unless I like pet him on his belly, then he'll like kind of let me hold him. But he has been a lot more affectionate. He used to just like literally hide nonstop, and now if I'm sitting down, he'll come over and let me pet him. He don't really like when I walk around though. Like that, he kind of still hates. Sometimes I can walk up to him, sometimes I can't. But he's been a lot more affectionate, I would say. Usually he just comes and sits right by my feet. He like rolled over on his back so I could pet his belly. That's usually why he sits by me, so he can get his belly pet. Which normally, unlike most cats, he doesn't really bite me as much if I pet his belly. He'll have his moments where he ends up doing it, but for the most part, he doesn't bite me. I'm hoping we can find Sandshrew again, and I can get him leveled up to take on Lieutenant Surge. But that's gonna be our next roadblock is Lieutenant Surge, because Misty's like whatever. Misty you should be able to take out even with a Pikachu. Like Misty usually is not that great. But Lieutenant Surge, even with Pikachu, I mean, he's not gonna hit for super effective damage. He's just gonna hit for like neutral, but still, it's Pikachu against Lieutenant Surge. This is a trainer, right? Or did I just encounter a wild Oddish? Oh, this is a wild Oddish. Yeah, just some random ass Oddish here. I guess it's no. Well, I was gonna say I guess it's so you can like be able to fight Misty if you want. But like, you have Pikachu. You shouldn't be struggling against Misty unless you really want an Oddish, I guess. And even then, like, there's better grass types. You can get a Bulbasaur in the same area coming up. And the only thing that's required is Pikachu has to like you. So I don't think you would need an Oddish. Unless you really were just, like, not confident in Pikachu's ability, I guess. Which, I mean, I guess I can... Oh, it is a trainer fight. Okay, never mind. I thought it was... I don't know why I thought it was a wild Pokemon. Alright, well, let's kill him because he's doing a lot of damage to me. Oh, they did nothing. Pikachu, I swear to God, if you die against an Oddish, bro, we're gonna have to literally question your ability to do anything. It's an Oddish, bro. Come on. Double team, that's gonna be kind of useful, I would say. It's gonna make Pikachu survive probably one more turn. He'll go from dying the second turn to now dying probably the fourth turn. I'm actually surprised how little damage that did compared to everything else that's been damaging me. Like a stab grass attack did like that little damage. The day we can get Thundershot with Thunderbolt, it's gonna be really nice. I don't think he's gonna do a lot of damage still, but at least it'll be something. Let's see again. A lot of little to no ground type or rock type trainers here. There's Geodude. Just switch over so I can kill him real quick. I didn't mean to use... Oh, I thought it said double team for a second. I was like, I didn't mean to use double team. Oh, okay, well. I avoided him, forgot that I didn't fight him yet. Pika! Hit him with the Thunder Shock! I missed, dude. Are you serious? Of course it missed. Oh my god, it crit too. Wow, what a surprise! What a surprise! We needed more damage. We needed to take more damage. I don't think Pikachu's taken enough damage. We needed that crit. There's something about that crit that I think really is going to build Pikachu's character later on. Like, thank God. Thank God we can build Pikachu's character. Here, give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I have enough potions to get through this without Pikachu dying, but I don't know. Because he seems like he's just gonna die with anything coming his way. Can I please get a Sandshrew already, dude? What the hell are you doing, Noodle? Bro, we're getting such terrible luck to find another Sandshrew. Sandshrew? TM01. What team is that? Mega Punch? Yeah, we'll give him Mega Punch. It's something. Noodle? The hell? What are you crying about, Noodle? Alright. Do I want to get rid of Quick Attack? I don't know. Actually, I don't know, because we'll get rid of a... I don't know, actually, because we're gonna end up getting rid of a priority move that hits for a move that doesn't hit as often but hits harder, and it's not priority. No, we'll give it to Kangaskhan. I already know that's gonna be a terrible idea. Like, giving a frail Pokemon an attack that misses more often than not, just for a bit of extra damage, like, yeah, it's already asking just to get killed. And it's a normal type attack too. I'd rather give a powerful normal attack to Kangaskhan just for the stab. Dr. Pepper. Why are you guys being weird right now? They're both like sitting here next to me as if like something is bothering them. You know what? I know what it is. They're hungry. But they don't eat until later. I usually feed them around 9 or 10. They usually get food at 6 a.m. when I get home. Then they'll eat usually at 5 or 4, and then they eat at 10. That's usually their food schedule. Atkins, thank God, looks so much better. However, Atkins green sprite, genuinely, I have no idea. Like, normally I'll look back at Gen 1 sprites and go, okay, I kind of get why they did what they did here, you know? Like, I kind of get it. But green Atkins, I genuinely cannot look at green Atkins and go, how did they decide that Atkins would look amazing with his mouth wide open? With no teeth, nothing at all, his mouth is just open. He just has that going on for him. Okay. Still no Sandshrew. Wait, what the fuck? Why is my hold on, my team tracker thing's messed up. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I got pulled up for a bit. I just noticed it right now that like Bulbasaur and all of them, half of their head was like chopped off. Do I want to fight that guy? Honestly, because fighting the trainers is how you're going to see all the Pokemon a lot easier. So I'm wondering if I want to fight that guy or not. Moonstone. Yeah, I'll fight him. Well, you shocked me. Oh, you're just a kid. Geodude. Oh, I forgot. I saw Geodude and went, I can't fight this guy. Honestly, thinking about it, Nidoran male wouldn't be a bad starter choice for Pokemon Yellow. It'd actually be a lot better than Pikachu, not gonna lie. Not only would he be good for the first gym, he'd be good for literally this whole area, and then when you get to Misty, he would do neutral damage, but he wouldn't be terrible. And then Erica, he could actually be pretty good. Sunkern would be better than Big. Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong. Was he switching out? I didn't look. Oh, Geodude. I'm glad I didn't switch Pikachu in. I guess a lot of things would be better than Pikachu. I actually am going to be using Sunflora for my Gen 2 team. I already have my Gen 2 team set up that I want to go for. And I decided to make them some of the most unused Gen 2 team, like Pokemon that I could think of. What's up, V-Rock? How are you doing, man? Like, one of them is going to be Sunflora, and then I'm going to use a Smeargle. Which, I'm going to do a pretty dumb set for Smeargle, where it's going to be a transformed Smeargle. Instead of just doing the normal one-hit KO that everybody does. Because what most people do is they do Detect, and then they do a one-hit KO move, so it hits every time. That's usually their go-to for Smeargle. But yeah, I will be using Sunflora, because I decided, I was like, why not try to use Gen 2 Pokemon that most people don't really want to use? And my team is going to struggle hard. Like, genuinely, my team is very bad. We're Tata. I want to get out of this cave already, dude. We're not even finding a Sandshrew either. Nice to see you, Pencil in the mustache. Oh, thank you. I'm trying my best. I even added some gradient to it to give it a more refined look. God damn, bro. How are you not one-shotting a Zubat, Pikachu? It's a goddamn Zubat. Are you that worthless? You can't even one-shot a fucking Zubat? Dude, a goddamn Metapod would be pulling some more numbers than this. 17, level 17. Can't even one-shot a goddamn Zubat with a super effective attack. Insane. Well, C's cheese. Now we have to use them for the whole game. So that means we have to use them, but that does mean there's gonna be a certain point where I'm just not gonna be able to do anything with them in battle, and he's just gonna die every time. So he's gonna basically be my heal spammer, where I send him out, get a single potion off, and then he dies, and then we hope the god the other Pokemon can do something. That's just what it's gonna turn into. He sucks and sucks more. He doesn't stop sucking. He just keeps sucking. Dude, can I get Sandshrew? We saw Sandshrew one time, and I can't get Sandshrew to spawn ever again. The RNG hates me, dude. I just want Sandshrew. It says he spawns outside here, too, so I guess I can try getting him out there. How did we find Paris first before Sandshrew? Of course. Why did I think I was going to do any damage? Bro, Paris. Paris does so much damage. I think I have like one more potion. And after that, I have like nothing else. Oh my god. I think you add them to the Pokédex even if you don't fight them, I think. I can't remember. I want to say yes. What are you crying about, Noodle? Where are you even at? No, there you are. No, don't stop sucking. Well, tell that to Cheese Rat, because the motherfucker is genuinely a professional at it. Man literally eats, shits, and sleeps the idea of sucking. He does nothing else but that. I'm not fighting you. Let's get the next trainer. I don't really matter who I take, but I'm probably gonna end up taking the Dome Fossil over Helix. It doesn't matter who I take, because I'm not using either of them. Pika! Grimer looks weird. He genuinely looks very weird. Where is Eat Eggs when you need Metronome? I've always wanted to do a metronome run for Pokemon. I've always wanted to. But then, like, the idea of it just sounds... Like, it sounds interesting on paper, and then the idea of doing it just sounds kind of boring to me. Because there's no real control of what's going on. You are just going pure luck, which I guess is fun to some people. But I like my challenges to have some type of, like, control of what I can do to like, make things easier or harder. And I feel like with Metronome, there's no real actual way to be like, oh, well, if we do this, and then our chance of this happening increases. It's strictly just you're hoping you get lucky. And, like, I get that's the appeal to it, but I don't know. Like, I've thought about doing a challenge where I play through a whole game with Munchlax, and I never attack once. Like, I don't deal any actual damage to the Pokemon. I just try to see how far I can get into a game by having Munchlax survive with just like all the stat boosting and healing stuff that I can do, and see how far I can get into the game. And from what I've seen, the only game that would actually pretty much be the best option for it would be Pokemon Sun and Moon, because in that game you can spam potions on your Pokemon even if they're fully healed or whatever, and it will count as your turn, so you're not wasting your PP when you don't need to. And, like, the idea of doing that sounds more interesting than, like, doing a metronome run. But I would allow Munchlax to evolve as well. He could evolve into a Snorlax. You would just have to start off with a Munchlax. But the idea of that sounds more interesting to me. However, the execution of probably pulling that off would be next to impossible. Like, I don't even think you could fully do it, especially once you get to Ultra Necrozma. I think at that point, you're basically screwed. Like, I think you have to actually be Ultra Necrozma or whatever. But the idea of trying it out would be actually fun. I just don't see it being successful. Because I did do the Hoppip run, and that was also balls. That was genuinely some of the hardest things I've ever done in a game for a while. I mean, catch a Hawlucha and let it run out of PP. What do you mean? Like, why catch a Hawlucha? I think we're about to fight Team Rocket up here, which, if that's the case, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna be able to beat Team Rocket if we have to fight him up here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna die. All right, yeah, we're dead. We're not gonna be able to beat them. I'm not gonna survive. There's no way. Okay. I mean, if they play like shit, then we will. I should have actually switched. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I should have switched. Can I get lucky with double team? Okay, maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay. Okay, maybe. Okay. Okay, maybe we'll get lucky. All right, good, good. All right, we'll switch. Try to get as much damage as I can on him. Okay, we should be fine. If he only uses Smog, we'll be fine. All right, yeah, we won. If I mean, I should pull off Quick Attack. We should be fine. Okay, yeah. Alright, well, we did it. That's insane. I'm proud of Pikachu for pulling it off. Okay, well, we didn't get a Sandshrew yet, so... Blasting into Pokemon Yellow. It's the Windows XP background. This is where the Windows XP picture was taken. Camo 4, Whirlwind, fucking trash move. Yeah, you get so much trash TMs early game, it's insane. I don't think we'll find a Sandshrew here. At least not yet. Alright, let's go heal and fight Misty, and then we'll update the Pokemon tracker. Okay, where's she at? Wait, what's this lead to? Oh, the bike shop. Why did the Wailmer cross the road? Why did Wailmer cross the road? You also spelt him wrong. You put Walmer. Why did Walmer cross the road? Come on, dude. How are you not one-shotting a horsey? Pikachu, please. And then your speed fell to get to the tide. How do you even know what a Wailmer is? How do you know Wailmer? I didn't think you would know who Wailmer is. That's a good joke, by the way. Shelter definitely looks a lot better in this game. Shelter had a terrible Gen 1 sprite. He did look gigantic though in his Gen 1 sprite compared to his Gen 2 one. What created this one? My bad, my fat finger syndrome. You're fine. I think we get Squirtle here. Or is that the next area? Why did Pikachu jump off a cliff? Grounding. I don't really get that one. I don't get the joke for that one. Is it because he's weak against ground types? Okay. Let's beat Misty. Get this over with. Two gyms in one stream? Wow, guys. Don't ever say I don't spoil you. Bow, bow. Meow 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 meow. I didn't even one-shot him. Yeah, I didn't get the joke, buddy. Oh, grounding is safety in any electrical system. Okay, that went over my head because I'm stupid and don't know anything about electrical systems. I just assume that it gets thirsty sometimes and you give it some water, and then it gets all happy because it starts sparking to show you it enjoyed it. Am I gonna be able to beat Starmie? Because Starmie is gonna hit fucking hard. Oh. I don't think we're gonna win. I don't think we're gonna win against Starmie. I forgot. Even though I do good damage, Starmie's really good. Like, Starmie is a very good Pokemon. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I think we lost. And you know what? Did I go to the Pokemon Center here? I don't think I did. No, I did. Much like Pikachu going into the bench. He really does need to go on the bench at this point. Well. Which Pokemon could also be a pirate? There is a Pokemon in Sun and Moon. Oh, Arbok. There is a Pokemon in Sun and Moon that is literally a pirate ship anchor, so that could probably do it. Like, the whole idea behind it is it literally is a pirate ship anchor. Pikachu, move! Yeah, let me have Bulbasaur. I want a Sandshrew, but I can't find one, so I don't know how to get them. What is this? But I don't think there's any, like, pirate-themed Pokemon that I can think of. Like, not off the top of my head. It's Arceus. Alright, you're banned. These poor people were robbed. Well, that sucks. Where do we get, or is that not in this town? Where do we get a Squirtle? I would like, wait, what level does Bulbasaur come at? Level 10? What the hell am I supposed to do with that? That's a bike shop. I mean, I guess I could buy, so that doesn't count because Arceus makes the rules. I guess I could buy potions and just spam heal if I want. I don't know where any, I don't know where any Sandshrews are, dude. I just want a Sandshrew. Sandshrew, please! It says it spawns here. Where is he? That's not a Sandshrew. That is the opposite of a Sandshrew. That is a damn Spearow. That's not Sandshrew. Does Sandshrew not actually spawn here? Am I being gaslighted to believe he does? What do you call a car on the brink? Are you gonna say car brink? Or carbink or whatever? Correct. Carbink is such an interesting Pokemon. Finally, dude. Finally! It's here! He shouldn't die from this, right? Yeah, he's fine. No, that was close. That was close. Alright, well now we can add Sandshrew to the list. If you told me Sandshrew is a mouse, I would not believe you. I'm now just learning he's a mouse. And people want to sit there and argue with me that Bulbasaur is not a frog when Sandshrews a mouse? Huh? I get he has shrew in the name, but like, he don't look like a fucking mouse. Sandshrew does not look like a mouse. Why did the Snorlax go to Hungary or Hungary? Why did he? Bro's out here really telling me that Sandshrew looks like a mouse. Okay, since we got the second gym, we can update our Pokédex now. All right, Bulbasaur we have now 10 and 11, and then 13 and 14. '21, 23. 33, 35, 39, 41, 43, and 46. 50, 52, and 56. 69. He was hungry. Wow. I like that one. Thank you. It was better than the other ones I've been told so far. $95. Yeah, we already have that. 100. 109. 116, then 118. 120 and 121. And then 129. And then yeah, that should be it. So we already, so because I don't need to get a living dex in this game, we've already seen 36, which is really nice. All we have to do for this is just see them. We don't need to catch them because we already have a living dex in the other games. So that's the beauty of when you have to replay these games and you already have done the living dex. You have no good moves, but we will be getting Dig pretty soon. And once we get Dig, he'll be pretty good. Because I think we get Dig from the Team Rocket guy that's up here. We're gonna get completely wiped against our rival here. Our team is genuinely not very good. Our team is very bad. Bow, bow. Yeah, our team is not very good. Peg does neutral damage? I thought Sandshrew was resisted flying. Well, I think his Peck is normal. Yeah, Sandshrew's dead. I'm gonna have to switch train him. I don't know why I'm assuming that he could have took on a level 18 Spearow. Level 20. Attack 31, defense 23, speed 44, special 32. Jesus Christ, you're awful. Slam! Doesn't slam hit you with recoil? Quick attack still seems like the better option just because it has priority. That's it. Besides that, I don't see any other reason why to keep anything else. Fuck it. We're going slam. Sandshrew. No. Slam! He was hungry? No? No what? No to what? No, I liked your joke if you're saying that. I liked your joke. I even said it was probably better than majority of what I've heard so far. If that's what you're saying no to. And no to slam dealing oh, okay. 75% accuracy. Yeah, I'm already feeling the shitty accuracy right now. The awful accuracy is already showing itself. Double the power, double the chance to miss. Which on Pikachu is not even that good. That double the power really doesn't change much on Pikachu. I'm just gonna keep Nidorino because he's gonna carry for a bit, but we're not gonna have him on the end team, but he's gonna carry for the most part when it comes to a lot of these matches. What happens when Pikachu holds his breath? What happens? Quick, snag him the Eevee. I don't even think you can. Like, I don't think you can get Eevee in this, unless you can. If you still can get Eevee and Celadon, then I may end up actually changing my team a bit, because I have Pikachu, Sand slash Volt. If we can get Eevee, I'm probably gonna go Flareon instead of Ninetales. If we can get Eevee in this and Celadon. Because I kind of want to use Flareon, even though I know Flareon's bad. But I mean, at the end of the day, too, most of my team is shit anyways, so... What's one more bad team member, you know? Here goes Pika Blue. Alright, buddy. Cool fact, Meryl, when Meryl was showing off, had the fan name given to it Pika Blue because it looked like Pikachu, but blue. So before we knew what Meryl was, everyone believed it was going to be Pika Blue. That was the fan name given to it. Apparently Riders is online is already dying, which, I mean, I'm not surprised. I didn't expect it to be very good for a while, but I'm still gonna play Air Riders as much as I want. But yeah, the online's already being full of bots now. I'm curious if this glitch is gonna work. There's a glitch you can do on Nugget Bridge. So for Gen 1, for some reason, you can actually get unlimited nuggets, because the way it works is when you get to the end of Nugget Bridge, the guy will give you a nugget and then proceed to fight you. So if you lose the fight, you can keep repeating him giving you a nugget, and you can get unlimited nuggets basically from doing that. So I'm probably gonna actually kind of do that for a bit just to get a bunch of extra money real quick, if we're able to, even though I don't really need to, because I mean, I can always just do the rare candy method and get a shit ton of money that way. But I may just do it to just get like 4 nuggets. So what I'll probably end up doing is doing all this, getting to the last guy, and switching all my team out to have like a single really shitty level Pokemon that's gonna die on 1 hit, just so I can farm some nuggets. Yeah, no, I know Flareon sucks. Trust me. Like that's kind of why I want to use them. Like, I don't know if you kind of realize this, but a lot of my team kind of just sucks ass, and I kind of want to use them because they suck ass. And I don't ever see these guys get used much. So I'm trying to, like, my idea for my team is to use Pokemon that represent certain aspects of the generation, while also trying to have Pokemon that nobody uses. Like, I know for Gen 3, I'm going to use Castform because it's a good representation of the weather system, and nobody really uses Castform. And then it's also why I'm going to use Smeargle in Gen 2, because Smeargle is a really unique Pokemon that kind of represents like a really cool gimmick that it can do, while also being really bad. It was between him or Delibird, and I decided that Smeargle would be a lot better than Delibird, because Delibird's present is just genuinely annoying and not good, while Smeargle is just not good, but can be good. But yeah, I kind of want to use Flareon just because I know Flareon's bad, and I don't ever see Flareon get used because it's bad, and it makes me want to use Flareon because of that reason. The fact Gust is a normal type move is very stupid. Not saying not to, just bite and quick attack or Flareon's bread and butter. Hyper rage to murder anything with 130 strength. Yeah, it sucks that every fire type move is just special. It does suck. Like, even if it's like Fire Punch. Hyper Beam. The problem, though, to get Hyper Beam in this game, it's very annoying. We have to do it through the Game Corner. There's no other way to get Hyper Beam besides doing Game Corner. So it makes the process of getting that move genuinely very stupid. However, Gen 1 is very exploitable when it comes to the Game Corner, where I don't actually have to gamble if I want. I can just glitch my way to get a shit ton of money. But it does make doing the Game Corner still kind of annoying, just not as bad, because you still have to sit there and mash A bunch of times to get 50 each, but at least it's doable and you don't have to actually gamble, which thank God, because getting Porygon is gonna suck without that method. Because I could trade over my Porygon again that I did before, but I'm gonna not probably do it this time around, because I want to have it where it's stuff that I can encounter myself in the game, even if I can't catch it. And the problem with Porygon is there's no way to encounter a Porygon, and nobody uses Porygon, so you have to go out of your way to get Porygon. Body Slam is on SSN if you want an easier move. I'm probably gonna give that to Kangaskhan. That's the thing with a lot of those good normal type attacks. I'm going to give them to Kangaskhan because that's going to be who's going to be able to really take advantage of it. It's why I didn't give Pikachu Mega Punch, even though Mega Punch is not the most hard. It's not the most accurate move. It hits hard, so. But on Pikachu, it's not going to do shit, so. But Body Slam's going to be saved for Kangaskhan. Probably, if I ever get Hyper Beam 2, it's going to go to Kangaskhan. Well, do wonder what fire type you need for. I don't need a fire type per se. I just want a fire type, because technically, I'll be real with you, fire types in Gen 1 are kind of really bad. Like, they don't really have a lot of good options. Like, you have Ninetales, Moltres, and Moltres is trash for a legendary. Arcanine's good. That's kind of really your best bet is Arcanine. Charizard sucks. So it's one of those things where, like, I just want to have a fire type, but, like, they're kind of not good no matter what you use. They're just not very good. I don't think fire types really became decent until, like, Gen 2. Fire Spin, Toxic TM. Yeah, Fire Spin would be nice to have, just because it keeps you locked into a wrap move, which is basically in Gen 1 is 0 to death. If you are faster at least and you never miss. And Toxic is going to be really good to have just in general. But yeah, like I said, the team that we're going for is Pikachu, Sandslash, either Ninetales or Flareon, Hypno, Blastoise, and Kangaskhan. And that way, too, I would have used all 3 starters at some point, because in my blue playthrough, I used Charizard, my red, I used Venusaur, and now I'm using Squirtle in this one. I got another comment today about someone being upset that I said Bulbasaur is a frog. And I genuinely don't understand why people don't believe Bulbasaur is a frog, even though Ken Sugimori literally said he's a frog. But what's stupid is in the same interview, it's dumb. In the same interview that I showed off, at the top he says Bulbasaur's frog-like. And then right after, the interviewer asks him, well, then is Bulbasaur a frog? And Ken Sugimori goes, yes, he's a frog. But it's stupid because people look at the part where he says frog-like and they go, oh, see, he's not a frog. He's not a frog. He's frog-like. He's not a frog, though. He's frog-like. And then they go, what frog has claws? What frog has, like, ears? Which is stupid when you think about it, because, like, what fucking salamander walks on 2 legs with claws and a fire tail and has eyes on the side of its head that are fucking gigantic? What salamander looks like that? What turtle has a tail that is curled and can fully pull its body into its shell to the point you cannot see it anymore and is completely dark? And most turtles don't have a head like Squirtle either. They have a very more elongated head, not a wide head. So it's weird to me that people genuinely don't think Bulbasaur is a frog because he has claws, even though the idea behind these creatures is they're monsters. They're gonna have attributes that their normal base counterpart of what they're supposed to be based off of doesn't have. Like Pikachu's a mouse. What mouse have you seen has a lightning bolt tail and stripes on his body? I've never seen a mouse that has full-on stripes on his back. If that does exist, I have not seen one like that. I've also not seen a mouse with long, pointy ears either like that. They don't have ears like that. But would that make Pikachu not a mouse then? Which is, it's stupid. The argument's so dumb. Because, again, the idea behind the starters for Gen 1 is based off the idea of Tajiri going out and catching animals in his backyard. So the idea for the starters is supposed to represent animals you could find in a backyard, which is why you have a salamander, a turtle, and a frog. But people want to assume that Bulbasaur is a dinosaur because it has Saur in the name, even though Politoed is a frog and has Toad in his name. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The names genuinely are not the best way to go off on, like, what a Pokemon is, because a lot of times they genuinely are just there to make them sound cool. Because in Japanese, Flareon is just called Booster. What are you supposed to take from that? There's no animal correlation to Flareon's Japanese name when it's just called Booster, and it's literally called that because it's supposed to be fast. And I'm pretty sure Flareon's slow as shit in the game. So it's weird that people want to really use Bulbasaur's name as the be-all end-all that's a dinosaur, when, like, there's so many other Pokemon with names that don't really represent what they're supposed to actually be. And then again, it would make no sense if the trio was Salamander, which can be found in the backyard, Turtle, which can be found in the backyard, and then Dinosaur, which cannot be found in the backyard unless you were extremely lucky, and then by the time you find one in the backyard, you're gonna have people back there digging it up and telling you it's theirs now. So it wouldn't even be yours. So I always found it weird that people really want to die on the hill that he's not a frog. Flareon learns to spin and toxic murders. Flareon's at least kind of bulky, right? Like, Flareon should be able to survive a few attacks. I mean, obviously, probably not from, like, Surf. But, like, I feel like if it got hit by a few things, it would be able to kind of push through, right? Okay, once we get up to the end up here, I'm gonna go ahead and head back. I think we have this guy and then one more. Yeah, we have. So after this guy, I'm gonna head back, switch my team to like a really shitty Pokemon, and just keep dying until I get a bunch of nuggets. And then we'll use those nuggets for later on. So basically Pikachu, yeah. Basically Pikachu. I could just use Pikachu, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. He would be great. I wouldn't have to switch anything out. But I want Pikachu to not hate me, so we're not gonna have him die. Alright, well, he's gonna hate me. Never mind. I'm like, well, I don't want him to hate me, so we'll make sure he doesn't die. Instantly fucking eats shit and dies. Alright, I'm gonna have to switch or he's gonna die. I remember I saw a video that said genuinely, like they meant it, that Pokemon Yellow is the definitive way to play the first Gen 1 games, and I think they are completely wrong. It's the only reason it's definitive in any way would be if you want color, you want all three starters in one gameplay, like in one playthrough, and you plan to use all three starters, and you just don't like Raichu. Like, you don't like Raichu, you want all three starters, and you want color. Then, you know what? Definitively, then Yellow could be the best. But if you don't want any of that, then there's no reason to play Yellow over anything else. Like, if you really just want color and all three starters, which is what most people do when they play Yellow, they just use all three starters, and they get rid of Pikachu, and then they usually use, like, Nidoking, and then, like, a Legendary after, whatever. See, I would say that I would say Yellow's harder, because if you actively want to use Pikachu, you're gonna be struggling. Like, there's no real good way to make Pikachu good in Yellow. So if you want to stick with the idea that Pikachu is your starter and you're gonna go all the way to the end with them, you're actively having a harder experience by doing that. Yes, you get all three starters, but like at the end of the day, if you're trying not to do that, like if you don't want to use all three starters and you want Pikachu to be your starter, your experience is 10 times fucking harder than it would be if you just played Gen 1 or if you just played red or blue. Like, if you play red or blue, pick Bulbasaur, I would say that gives you a more baby-like experience of Gen 1 than playing through Yellow would. I would put playing through Yellow and keeping Pikachu as your starter without using the other starters on the same level as using Charmander for the whole game and never evolving him. Because at least you get the benefit of evolving him into Charizard, and he can survive more hits now, versus like you don't ever evolve him. So I wouldn't even say it's like a baby's first Pokemon experience. I feel this is harder than like playing Red and Blue normally. Oh, he hated that. He did not like going in the box. Bro, they make you feel bad putting him in the box. They're like, hey, you can put him in the box, but like he's not gonna like it. Can you release? Yeah, I don't think you can release them. I wanna try it, but I don't think you could. I doubt you could be able to release them if you wanted. All right, now we just lose this fight a bunch of times. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, no, I think yellow's a lot harder than a baby's first experience. I'm trying to think what Pokemon game I genuinely think. I guess the easiest one would be Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Poor Magikarp. I would say the easiest would be Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee because that game is designed to be for Pokemon Go fans more than is mainline people. Which, weirdly enough, I'm actually very excited to play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like, I've been really, really wanting to play it again. Oh, they, wow, they patched it out. It doesn't work anymore. If you lose, you just can't find them. Okay, well, they fixed it. So in Red and Blue, you can sit there and you can actually just actively keep fighting him and he'll give you a nugget every time. They completely removed it in Yellow. So that's interesting. I hope he didn't have Pokemon that I needed to fight. Speed run. I was speed running, guys. That was a speed run trick. Also, I didn't name my Sandshrew. I forgot. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna take Nidorino just in case if I need him for anything. Well, that's interesting to know that they patched it. I knew Yellow patched certain glitches, but I didn't think they patched that one specifically. That is brand new information to me. We can get Charmander up here now. He loses just like Jesse and James. All right, he's number 4. All right, well, we're not going to use Charmander, but we have him now. God, he looks so much better for his yellow sprite, dude. Abra also got moved to another spot in the game. You used to be able to get an Abra here for the glitch to set up, but Abra now is where Sabrina is. So the glitch is a lot harder to set up now. You can still do it. You can use the escape rope and everything, but it's a lot harder. Hyper Fang? Oh my god, it's gonna do a lot of damage, isn't it? Yep. I'm about to switch Cheese Rat into like a hard-hitting Hyper Fang, and he's gonna like be at like quarter health. Have you played Gen 1, Trig? What Pokemon games have you played? Also, I cannot wait till we can finally start playing like the DS games. That's mostly what I'm more excited for, is playing through the DS stuff. I am interested in playing through Gen 3 again. Because I think the last time I played through Gen 3, I was still in high school. And like weirdly enough, my earliest memory of Gen 3, which I remember this to a T, and I even remember which lows it was where I caught it at. But I remember specifically where I caught Rayquaza in Pokemon Ruby, because I was at a Lowe's in a gardening section with my mom, and I caught him there, and I remember that ever since. It's because Pokéflop. It was kind of cool. I got to see Harada at San Japan. I saw him there, so it's kind of cool. I got to see him before he left Namco, but I did hear he's leaving. Yeah, but I got to see him at San Japan. I didn't talk with him because I didn't really want to go over there. But he was at like one of the little booths where you can meet them, and he was just chilling there. And I was like, hey, there's Harada. I took a picture and I posted in the Discord, I believe, and I tagged, I think, Top, and I was like, hey, this is Harada. But he is leaving us. Anything good here? Or is it all shit? Leaf, green, silver, sapphire, emerald, pearl, platinum, gold, black X. Okay. I played basically everything, but I never beat Sun and Moon. I never played Ultra Sun and Moon, but I have them. And I didn't beat Sword and Shield, and I did beat Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I missed out on the Sun and Moon games. Like I had Moon 2 weeks early before it came out because of the leak. And I got to when you finally get Sharpedo, and I was like, I'm pretty much fine. I don't want to play this anymore. I played a lot of the Mystery Dungeon games too, and the Ranger games are great. I want to review the Ranger games, which I actually have to play through one of the Ranger games on stream to get a Manaphy egg. So when we get to Diamond and Pearl, I have to play through Rangers to be able to transfer over that Manaphy egg. So we will actually play Pokemon Rangers at least on stream. Will we play all the Ranger games? I don't know yet. But at least for sure, we are going to play Pokemon Rangers to transfer over the Manaphy egg. Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. I think the only Ranger game I have right now is the one that has the Pichu with the ukulele. I don't know which one that is. I think that's the only one I have right now on me. I want to get the Shadows of Alma, I think is one I want to get. But I do want to get the rest of the Ranger games. That's the last one. The one with the ukulele Pikachu's the Pichu's the last one? Okay. Then I need to get Shadows of Alma, and I need to get Rangers. I do not have those. Conquest is another game I want to play through. I really want to try out Conquest, and apparently there's ROM hacks now for Pokemon Conquest that adds like almost every Pokemon into the game, and it makes it like a lot better. It's very good. Conquest or the Ranger games. I played through the Ranger games growing up. I just don't own them anymore, besides one of them. And I love the Ranger games growing up. I always found them so fun. Both. I've never played Conquest, but my brother played it and he liked it. I have decided though, if I do want to review a Zelda game sometime soon, I'm gonna play through Spirit Tracks. I decided that's what I'm gonna review if I play through a Zelda game. And it's not because I'm an autist who loves trains. That's definitely not the reason why. It's not because I want to go choo-choo the whole time I play, you know? Your brother is kind of goated, swagged with the sauce. I mean, we played a lot of the same games, but he played Conquest and he really liked Conquest. I need to buy it. Luckily for me, I have a bunch of DS game cases. Like right now, I have Black 2's like case, but I don't have the game in here. But it makes it where it's a lot cheaper to get DS games now because I'm not having to buy the whole box and everything. Like I only spent $100 for Soul Silver, which is terrible. I wish I didn't have to spend $100. But if I wanted Soul Silver with the whole box and everything, nowhere near 100. It would have been a lot worse. Besides the instrument, why did they think a below DS instrument was a good thing? I like Spirit Tracks. I like Spirit Tracks too. I do agree. Blowing into the microphone to play the Spirit Flute was a bit annoying. I found it where at times I would try to move to the next note and end up somehow hitting one of the notes before, and then it just would not count the song. So I do understand that frustration. But I love Spirit Tracks. Spirit Tracks was very fun. Japanese copies are way cheaper, yes, but they're still expensive. However, though, I'm not gonna get a Japanese copy because I want to have an English physical. They should be $7 max. Well, they should be, but the nostalgia is what you're paying for. Like, oh, you want to play through Pokemon Pearl, dude? Well, get ready to spend $70 to get Pokemon Pearl CIB, because I need Pokemon Pearl in box and everything, because that's the only Pokemon game I actually don't have an extra box for. The cheapest I found was $60, and you could buy the remake of Pokemon Pearl for cheaper because the remake is so fucking bad compared to the original. But it's insane that I can go get the remake for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for cheaper than it would be to buy Pearl. It's insane how the most universal Uber sellers are the expensive ones. Yeah, the ones that did really good are somehow the ones that are like the most expensive. Like Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Dude, I'm so glad I kept my Heart Gold box and game that I've had since I was like a young child. Because oh my god, dude, it would have been genuinely hard to get both Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think the funniest trade so far for Pokemon game I got was Pokemon White, the loose card of it, because I have a box for it. But I got Pokemon White by trading a guy a computer CPU. Well, no, I traded him a computer graphics card. And it was when I had that shitty roommate stay with me, and he left all his stuff here because he didn't come back and get it, even though I gave him like a week to get it. I finally started selling out the rest of his PC shit, the PC stuff he left here, and a guy literally traded me Pokemon White loose for the fucking graphics card that was in the PC. So that's how I got Pokemon White. I own them both too. I want to resell them and buy a Japanese copy with like a fraction of how much I'll get from them. It's insane how much, but they're like cigarettes. You can just keep upping the prices and we will still buy them. Yeah, sadly, like for me to do this challenge, I have to buy the DS ones. The only ones I'm not buying physically are going to be the GBA stuff. All the GBA games I'm not buying physically. I'm gonna be emulating those just because it's a lot easier for me to emulate them to transfer Pokemon over than it would be for me to buy a physical. However, I am gonna buy at least one physical of one of the games because I want to show off the Pokemon migration feature, and also I want to have one of them for Pokemon Dash because I want to review Pokemon Dash one day, and there's a little gimmick you can do with Pokemon Dash when it comes to those two games. Can't you just use an R4? I can, but I want to try to have this as legit as possible. Like I said, the only exception is going to be the GBA games, because transferring over from Gen 2 to GBA, I would either have to transfer them over save-wise from a save file to the other save file, or I would have to use a program that is not official, but they try to make it as official as they could. So it just ends up being easier just to emulate those specifically. But yeah, when it comes to DS games, I'm buying legit cards of them because I want to try to have it as legit as I can. However, yes, you could just do R4 cards and it would be the same experience without spending so much fucking money. But I also want to own the games anyways, and I already have all the 3DS games as well at this point, so might as well get all the DS games. Yeah, I gotta make sure that some lonely guy who's struggling to keep the lights on will be able to sell me a Pokemon game for $200. You know, the low price of $200, so he can keep his electric bill on. You gotta support your local sellers, dude. You gotta support your mom and pop shops when they sell Pokemon games to you for $300. If you don't want to pay $300 for a Pokemon game, you just don't want to support local businesses. That's all it is. You just hate supporting your small businesses by not paying $300 for Pokemon fucking Red on the Game Boy. What's up, Mew Kitty? You don't want mom and pops to eat tonight? How dare you not buy their Madden NFL 2020 for $70? You don't want Madden NBA 10 for $200? Are you kidding me? Troy Aikman literally looked at this game at one point. That's why it's $200. Troy Aikman literally threw this out in the pigskin one day. That's why it's $200. I don't know any other football players, so if you want me to continue the joke with other people's names, you're gonna have to tell me, because I don't know anyone else. Wait, Michael Vick! Michael Vick! Michael Vick, the dog guy. He played football. I forgot about him. If we just ignore the part where he made, where he did underground dog fighting, we can then look at him as a football player. Hey, this game is preserved. Don't ask for a picture. You know, maybe Michael Vick would have been a cool guy if he didn't make dogs fight each other to the death. Then send just the cartridge. Damn, Dorito. Damn, bro, you're using me to stretch your legs right now? He fucking digged his nail in my knee to stretch his leg out. Alright, what do you think, Dorito? I'm gonna try to play like this for a bit. God damn, Pikachu, you can't take fucking any damage. Bro, put that shit away, dude. We don't need to see your fucking butthole. Bro's fucking out here showing it all off on stream. You'll eat in a bit, Dorito. It's not even time for you guys to eat yet. I feel like I've been training Sandshrew for like 20 years at this point, and he's still only level 14. Do I have any potions? No, I don't. Be me, GameStop, send people games without the actual cases, but charge them the same amount. Hee hee. You wanted the actual case of the game, but you still wanted to pay the same price? Hoo hoo hee hee. Sorry. I'm actually lucky that all the games I ordered from GameStop, only 2 of them, no, 3 of them arrived without the actual cases, but thankfully I can get the cases for them pretty easily for which ones that arrived without them. And it was actually surprising. The ones I thought would arrive without the actual case arrived with the actual case. I was very surprised. Because usually when it comes to GameStop, the more obscure the game is, the less likely you're going to get the actual case for it. You have 100 entry cartridges and no games in stock. We only buy pre-orders. GameStop isn't that terrible of a place to get games from if you go when they're doing deals. If you go when they're not doing deals, you can get most games for cheaper, easier. But like, my experience is whenever they're doing deals is how I get a lot of games for pretty cheap. Because a lot of people have asked me, they're like, how do you have so many games? Besides collecting since 8th grade, that does help. You know, when you collect more than 10 years, that definitely helps. Also, when you do it during a time when games were dirt cheap, also fucking helps. God forbid trying to collect now. but a lot of my like more modern stuff, like even like PS3 and PS4, a lot of that's come from GameStop when they did deals. I think the best time I ever had when they did deals is when they did buy 2 get 2 free. When they've never done that ever again, but when they did buy 2 get 2 free, dude, oh my god, that was the best time to get a bunch of fucking games for cheap. Because you were getting just so much shit for really good prices. And that was also when games were like cheaper too. That was before shit cost us $60 new. But yeah, no, now getting games from GameStop can be hit or miss. Going in person, not bad. Doing online, you're gambling if you're gonna get the right thing or not. Well, you're gambling if you're gonna get the actual case or not if you do it online. I actually went to a GameStop recently and it had fucking roaches. Like I'm not even joking. I went to this one GameStop that's in a not a good area of San Antonio, but I usually go to the really bad areas of San Antonio when it comes to GameStops because there you can find more pre-owned shit. Because what most people do is they buy a game, beat it, and then they give it back to GameStop. So you find a lot more pre-owned stuff of like actual like new shit that come out. And I went into one, and there was 3 cockroaches sitting on one of their card scanners, just chilling. I felt like they were part of the employees. I was like, damn, bro, I feel like they could check me out right now if they wanted. They were just chilling on the fucking card reader, and I was like, damn, bro, these guys could literally let me purchase something right now and get me out of here easily. So I was like, damn. I was like, that's insane. The fact that those roaches were not even trying to hide meant that they basically were not scared of people at that point, and like they must have a horrible roach problem that is worse than that, because I saw 3 out in the open on the card scanner just sitting there. I was like, man, nobody gives a shit here, I guess. That's not a representation of GameStop, I guess, as entirely, but that is a representation of that GameStop store. That was gross. But yeah, no, that's always kind of been what I do. Is I go find like the really shitty parts of towns, and then I go to those GameStops, and usually you get a lot of like pre-owned stuff for cheap. Real story: got my 3DS stolen, tracked it down to a mall. GameStop, got arrested by the mall cops for trying to get security footage. And they wouldn't let me prove it was mine. Yeah, sadly, when it comes to security footage like that, you can't really just ask for the footage, even if you can prove, like, hey, that is your 3DS or whatever. It's just sadly how it is. And most GameStops do not care if that shit's stolen. If you bring a stolen system to them, and you can even prove that it's your system that got stolen, they don't give a shit. They're not entitled to care. So... that's sadly how it is. Pawn shops care. It's kind of why people don't give game systems that they steal to pawn shops, because pawn shops literally will give a shit if that's stolen, because they deal with stolen shit all the time. So that's why they make you like write your name down, get your ID and everything. Some pawn shops, depending on what you're giving to them, make you do fingerprints. Like if you're giving them like jewelry, I believe like it, depending on how expensive said jewelry is, they fingerprint you. And it's so if that shit comes back stolen, they have your fingerprints, and they can be like, hey, this is who came with it, and you can't be like, I didn't. But GameStop, no, they're not gonna do that shit. You give them a game system, say it's yours, they don't get paid enough to look into it. But as for someone who works security, sadly, when it comes to footage, we can't even like, when it comes to security, we can't even give cops the footage. Like if cops were to come and ask us for this security footage for like a crime that was committed, we can't give it to them. Like they have to go through this whole entire method to get the footage. Even if I had the footage right on a disc in front of them and said, this is the footage of what you need, you're not allowed to hand it to them. They have to go through a whole process. Some places are different. I guess if it's like a mom and pop shop and they're just like, here's the footage, they could. But like if it's like a corporation kind of thing, they're not going to just give it to you even if you're a cop or not. Like you have to genuinely do a whole process, and then the people you go through have to go, yeah, they should be able to have the footage or not. It's a very long, tedious process. Also, that Slowpoke sprite looks insanely small. Like he looks really small. And at that point, the trail, yeah, at that point, dude, it's gonna be so far gone that for a system, it's not even worth trying to go for. Sadly, I understand though how much it sucks to get your shit stolen. Trust me, it sucks. Please, okay, thank you, Pikachu. Okay, I need to go back and heal now. I can't believe they patched out the nugget glitch. That's insane. I didn't think they would patch that out in yellow. You just lose and then you straight up don't have to fight them anymore. Pretty sure I lost 3DS by theft. Well, it sucks to be them. Nintendo closed the eShops. My new 3DS is a brick. I mean, you could hack it. You could just hack a 3DS and then get an 8 shop. I mean, that's what I did with mine. But yeah, I've had 2 3DSs stolen by a guy that was supposed to help hack them. It was back when Sun and Moon came out. I gave him 2 3DSs to hack. And one of them was the one that I actually got when I was in Japan. Like when I went to Japan itself, I bought one when I was there. So I had him hack that one and another one. And he texted me to come get them. And I just never saw his message. So later on, I think it was like a month later, I was like, man, he's really taking a long time. So I messaged him back. I'm like, hey man, do you have the 3DSs so I can pick up? And he was like, I don't know where they are. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know where they are? He goes, yeah, I don't know where they are. And I said, so I was like, you just don't know where they are? Like, you don't have them anymore? I was like, what happened? He was like, no, I have them. I just don't know where they are. And he was like, I need to clean my house to find them. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, if you can do that, please. I was like, can I have them back, man? I was like, I really kind of want them back. And then I think it was like 3 days later, I'm like, hey, man, do you have them yet? And he's like, and he got mad. He was like, why are you asking? I said, dude, I was like, I want my shit back. I was like, what do you mean, why am I asking? And he was like, I don't understand why you're asking. He goes, you're acting like an angry mom right now, demanding me to give you your shit back. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I should be able to demand my shit back, dude. I was like, it's my shit. What do you mean? I was like, what do you mean I'm being an angry mom right now because I want the stuff that you should give me back, and you're telling me you don't know where it's at. And so it basically ended up he just blocked me, and I never got those 2 3DSs back. And he tried to act like that I was being an awful person and not understanding that he was doing a nice thing for me and I shouldn't be upset with him and I should give him time to find it. And I was like, bro, I was like, you've had over a month to like keep in contact with me to give them back to me, and you're gonna sit there and tell me that I'm being an angry mom because you can't find the 3DSs that you apparently lost, even though you shouldn't be losing other people's shit if you're gonna do stuff for them. I was like, whether you're doing something nice for me or not shouldn't like outweigh the fact that you lost it. That's like me going, hey, I washed your car, but I don't know where your car is now. We'll have to go find it. You shouldn't get mad at me. I was just trying to do something nice. Like, it's stupid. So I never got it back. And yeah, you can't go to the police for that. The police don't give a shit. The police, if I go to the police, like, hey, Mr. Officer, can you help me get my 2 3DSs back? Like, they're not gonna give a shit. They don't got time for that. They gotta give people speeding tickets and then question you if you're a person of color. So they don't have time to give you a fucking 3DS back. So cops are too busy doing other bullshit. They gotta make sure you have weed on you versus like actually protecting their citizens. Well, more the illegal part. What, hacking's not illegal if you're saying hacking's illegal. You can hack a 3DS. That's perfectly legal. The illegal part of the 3DS, I guess, when it comes to hacking is piracy. but like hacking your actual 3DS is not illegal. Like Nintendo can't fucking send you to jail for that unless you're in Japan. In Japan they can. In Japan you very much can go to jail for hacking your 3DS. If you have a hacked system, Wii U, 3DS or whatever, you can face jail time. But it's more targeted to the idea that you hack your system and then mess with their online servers. It's more targeted towards that over like you hack your 3DS to put like Walter White background. It's more targeted towards that. If you have your Switch 2, you get a brick. Yeah, if you for what I've seen hacking, why did I switch over to fucking Pikachu like this was a good idea? I went on autopilot there for a second. Yeah, hacking your Switch 2 is a lot harder to do now. It's still like in early stages, and most of the time your Switch 2 just becomes bricked if you do it. But eventually they'll figure it out, and then we'll be able to hack it just fine. We got really lucky with the Switch 1. When it came to hacking Switch 1, though, like, you got really, really lucky to hack it. Because of the NVIDIA graphics chip or whatever, because of that, you're able to hack your Switch 1 with a paper clip. Which I have original Switch 1 that can do it, where if I put a paperclip into it, I can hack it. And I did it to get Smash Ultimate, like, I think like a week early. So... I'm not gonna use Nidorino, but at this point, he's like the best option for this. But yeah, no, hacking your Switch 1 is super easy. Hacking your Switch 2 is it's too early. It's too early in the stages for hacking it. Yeah, hacking your Switch is great. There's a lot you can do with the hack Switch that people don't really really know about. I don't have my Switch hacked because I don't really use my Switch 1 enough to where I want to hack it. But it does help if you really want to hack your Switch 1. There's a lot of shit you can do. And it helps too if you have a first edition because it's so easy to hack. Like there's no real struggle to hack it. Machop has a terrible sprite in this, not gonna lie. Dude, I remember I think there was a long time period where I just did not use my Wii U. And I remember like until I started hacking it, I didn't even use it at all for a while. And it was crazy to go back and see like the last time it was used or whatever, and it was like insanely far apart. Yeah, as a Switch 2 owner, there really is not much to buy for the Switch 2, especially if you have a PS5. Yeah, it's hard to get caught, but it's very illegal to hack in Japan versus America. You don't really have those issues. I would assume the only real way to get like fully caught by Nintendo is if you take your hack system to Nintendo and show it to them, like to the receptionist or something. You walk in there and be like, hey, look at my hack system or some shit. Like, I think that's like the only way you'd probably get like fully caught. Like, in the easiest way to get caught, I guess. Like Metroid and they're paid to motorcycle music, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so as a Switch 2 owner, genuinely, because I own a PS5, there is not really much that I want on the Switch 2. Because another problem is the game keycards. Like, I would probably get more Switch 2 games if they weren't game keycards. Because at that point, there's no reason for me to go get a physical of the game if it's a game keycard, because why would I? I can just go get it digitally. And now I have the same exact idea for the game, and I don't have a fucking case laying around that does nothing. So when it comes to PS5, like Pac-Man World 2, like the repack for Pac-Man World 2, on the Switch, that's a game key card. On PS5, it's an actual disc. So obviously, I'm gonna get the PS5 version, and it's been like that for a lot of the Switch 2 games. Like, I think the most recent Switch 2 game I got that wasn't Kirby was Rune Factory, the new Rune Factory game, and that was only because it wasn't a game key card. Oh yeah, no, the custom firmware for Switch 2 is gonna take forever. From what they already said, because there's a site that they're trying to hack the Switch 2, and do emulators and stuff. They already said at this point it's probably gonna take like 10 years. They literally said their best guess is a decade. So, isn't our Rune Factory 6 better on Steam, though? I mean, probably. I mean, anything would probably be better on Steam. But I also would rather have a Switch 2 game if I can have a Switch 2 game. But, I mean, mostly everything's going to run better on Steam. Unless the game really is just not built to run on Steam, which sometimes happens. PlayStation's very bad at that. A lot of PlayStation games genuinely run so much worse on PC. I'm not surprised, yeah. I would love to talk about Final Fantasy 15 for a video one day. Final Fantasy 15 is my favorite Final Fantasy game, and I love it because I think I love Final Fantasy 15 so much because I played it at a good time in my life where I was finally becoming an adult, which is kind of the idea of Final Fantasy 15 is a coming of age story, and I think that's why it hit me so hard. And I would love to talk about Final Fantasy 15 for a video one day, but I also don't know how I would structure it where it's not going to be a 5-hour goddamn video about the game. And that's why I spent all my money I could have. I bought Switch 2 with on proper computer and streaming setup. Yeah, that's a better option. And I mean, basically any Unreal 5 game ends up having some sort of issues on PC. I think Silent Hill F actually ran really well on PC. That's like the only real Unreal 5 game that actually ran pretty well. The only issue I think with Silent Hill F on PC is it runs at 60 frames per second, but the cutscenes run at 30. Like the endgame cutscenes run at 30. So like every time you go into an endgame cutscene, the frame just cuts in half. I think I'm among the few that genuinely believe all of them are great games besides the MMOs. Got to play Elden Ring for the first time and spent $80 on DS 1, 2, 3 with DLC. Dark Souls 1. Elden Ring's fun. I'm not even a big fan of Souls games, but I have enjoyed playing Elden Ring, and I've also been playing this other Souls game that's pretty obscure, but it's from a Chinese dev. So Sony did a thing where they let Eastern devs make games, and they had this company make a Souls game that's actually pretty fun, and it's called AI Limit. I'll show a picture real quick of the game. I like it. I want to talk about it for a video because it's such an obscure Souls game that nobody knows about, and it's mostly because they kind of fucked it with the physical. Like, there's no way to get a physical in America for it unless you import it. But it's a pretty cool game. It has a lot of cool charm to it. I like it. But I want to talk about it. But yeah, I've been playing that, and I'm excited for Code Vein 2, even though I haven't beat Code Vein 1. But Elden Ring has been fun. Like, I'm not a Souls fan person at all. Like, I genuinely just don't care for Souls games. And Elden Ring actually was, like, really, really fun. I love just exploring the world of Elden Ring. It's very beautiful. Like, if I ever do another aesthetics and gaming video, I'm probably going to include Elden Ring in it, because I think Elden Ring genuinely looks really, really good. What's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you. I'm screwed up. Oh, I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So how about it help me out here? When I'm in the teleporter, go to my PC and run the cell separation system. Pika! What if he just came out like with no limbs or anything? He's just all distorted and like dead. Oh my god, Pikachu's really shocked. Holy shit, I've never seen him that shocked before. Yeehaw, thanks bud, I owe you one. So did you come to see my Pokemon collection? You didn't? That's a bummer. I've got to thank you. Oh here, maybe this will do. They invited me to their party, but I can't stand fancy dues. Why don't you go instead of me? Oh my god, stop talking to him. But yeah, AI Limit for 40 bucks is really good. It's a really good Souls game for 40 bucks. Ever played any of Tales of... Yes, I have. I actually have played Tales of Berseria, and I really like that. I want to play Tales of Symphonia, and I have played a bit of Tales of Arise. Funny enough, Tales of Arise was my first PS5 game I ever bought, and I didn't own a PS5 yet. Because the idea was I got the collector's edition, which I have a figure of it. Let me see if I can kind of show it. If you can kind of see it up there, but there's the figure of it, of the characters from it up there. It's like right there. I bought the collector's edition of it because my idea was, oh, like I should have a PS5 by the time it comes out. Like I should have it. Why not buy it? Didn't have a PS5 by the time it came out. $200 went out of my account, and then I got the collector edition, and then I ended up playing it for 20 minutes, said, wow, I'm not really a big fan of this. I didn't play it ever again. So that was my experience with the Tales game. Here, give me one more second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm sure like a lot of devs will start making Switch 2 games eventually. Well, the thing is, the Switch 2 is getting a lot of games. The Switch 2 isn't getting game. Like, it's not, the problem isn't that it's not getting games. The problem is it's getting game key cards because that's cheaper. So like most devs are just doing game key cards. Even though, funny enough, the new AI and Asylum game or whatever, that has a Switch 2 version and a Switch 1 version. The Switch 1 version, the game's on the cart. The Switch 2 version is a fucking key card. So I literally bought the Switch 1 version because I'm not paying for a game key card. So the problem isn't that games aren't being made. The problem is that they're doing game key cards because it's straight cheaper to do. And why would you not when that's a cheaper option for your game? Even, like I said, Pac-Man World 2, the remake, should not be a game key card. That game should be able to run on a Switch cart, and it's a game key card. So sorry, if like the next mainline FF will clearly made with the Switch 2 in mind. Brought up when I asked that another stream. 2 for 2 says Arise not Tales enough. So my problem is I don't know a lot about Tales games, so I don't think I don't think the issue is it's not Tales enough. I just don't think I wanted to play Tales of Arise at the time. I'm pretty sure if I go back to it again, I'll probably enjoy it a lot more. It's just at that time I was not in a good headspace, so it wasn't really something I was wanting to invest my time into. Essentially, nobody turned a worthwhile profit for making huge ass AAA games on PS5, PC. Also, the fact that they are going to S1. Oh, maybe we'll get specifically developed Switch 2 games. Kind of. Honestly, if we can get like another like game that's like fuck, what was that Platinum game that they made for Switch 1 that's only on Switch 1 with the robot mech things or whatever? And you're like a cop. Maybe we'll get stuff like that for Switch 2. Oh, Astral Chain. Yeah, maybe we'll get stuff like Astral Chain or something. I think I still have my physical of Astral Chain. I don't remember. It's probably back there or something. All right. Do I have enough time to go? If we get Dig from the guy next, the Team Rocket member that we're going to fight right now, we should have time to go be a Lieutenant Surge. If we don't get Dig yet, then it's probably going to be something we'll have to do later. Super huge ones and the digital ones. For Astral Chain, yeah, Astral Chain is only on Switch. It's not on anything else, if that's what you're asking. No, I'm not saying you're justifying anything. I'm not. What are you asking? Maybe I'm confused. Are you asking about what are you asking about? I'm confused right now. I don't know what we're justifying or even implying or any. I don't even know what we're talking about. So maybe get me back on track because I'm confused. Oh, the cartridge size. Yeah. So I know for Switch 1 there was 3 or 2 cartridge sizes you could pick from, but for Switch 2. I think it's only 1 cartridge size, which is the physical cartridge size, or the game key card size, and that's it. Like, that's your only two options. Either you go and get the game keycard size, which for most devs is going to be more profitable because it's cheaper, and it doesn't really matter what size your game is, or you get the physical size, which means that you could put a game on the physical cart that doesn't even fill up the space of said cart, and now you just have a bunch of empty space on said cart, and it costed more for you to produce your game out. So, like, I get why they do it, but it makes it where if I can get the PS5 version, I'm gonna get that, because at that point I'm getting the actual game on the disc anyways. So why the fuck am I gonna bother with getting the game key card, you know? Okay, they had 6 sizes. That's even more than I thought. I only knew about the 2 or 3. Says Sarah got it on sale for $20 a while ago. The remaster genuinely looks like the most pointless thing I've ever seen. It's probably gonna run a little bit better, but like Tales of Berseria still looks amazing as of right now. I don't know why they're remastering it. I genuinely don't understand. It literally looks like the same fucking game, and they're remastering it for some reason. I'm probably gonna die. Because there ain't no way Pikachu's gonna wake up. Yeah, which is why they go with the game key cards, because why are you gonna put more money into a 64 gigabyte game with 64 gigabyte card that your game's not gonna fit on? So I get why they do it, but it sucks as a consumer for me. I don't want to buy the game key card. And yeah, it's more Nintendo's fault that they're not offering different sizes. It's because Nintendo really wants to push the idea of you owning digital. Because even apparently their new Pokemon spin-off game is going to be a key card only. So the new Pokemon spin-off game is apparently, for what people are seeing, it's game key card only. They might fix some of the later localization of text, but I find it more funny that a problem voice acting is still solid. Yeah, I didn't ever mind the voice acting in Tales of Berseria. I still think my favorite character was the witch lady with blonde hair. I think her name was like Magalu or something like that. She was still my favorite character. Yeah, it does suck. I'm not saying you're justifying it or anything. You're good. I'm pretty sure we're on the same page when it comes to it anyways. Like I get, like I said, I get why they're doing it, and I see that you get why they're doing it, but does it suck? Yes, it sucks. Is it more on Nintendo's fault for not giving different fucking options like they did with Switch 1? Yes, 100%. But so, and like I said, at the same time, because they don't have different options, I get why. It's one of those things where, as a company, I would probably do the same thing where I'm like, well, there's no point for me to put Pac-Man World 2 repack that's not going to be 64 gigs on the 64 gigabyte card. I might as well just put it on the game key card. Magikazam. I think I stopped playing Tales of Berseria though when I got to like the ocean area or something. Like I know it was after the Magalu shows like that she's like not shit, like she actually has like powers she can use, and it was sometime after that, and I think that's when I stopped playing. So I don't even think I got that far into it. I think I got decently into it, but I had a lot of fun playing it. I need to get back into playing Digimon Survive. I've been busy with other shit, but I want to get back into Digimon Survive. Got to the Griffin then. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Like I know I visited some ocean area that wasn't like the first ocean area. It was sort of still like, I'm pretty sure it was like kind of not halfway through the game, but almost to the halfway point or something. I was like, I could probably load my save again, but I don't even think I have my save anymore. All right. I wouldn't remember, dude. It's been so long. All I know is that it was after Magalu shows that she can use her powers and shit, and then like we sailed somewhere on a boat, if I recall. And like the enemies were like crabs. I know it's like the most vague shit, but all right, well, that was fun. 3 hours. I didn't even feel like we played for 3 hours. That's insane. All right, well then, well, that's not good. Did it just fail? Uh-oh. Did my recording fail? If that failed, that actually really sucks. I mean, it's not the biggest issue, but like, that kind of sucks. Let me see. No, it didn't fail. Okay, we're fine. Crabs was just, you did go through the forest detour, because... Yeah, okay, we're good. And you're gonna sit there and tell me that I'm being like, that's your only two options. Either you go and get... Crabs was just, you did go through the forest detour because Reaper's Curse. See, I can't remember, dude. Like I said, it's been so long. But so he's here. Where is he? If you're saying hacking. Fuck, what was that? Fair enough. I do want to try it out again. I think one day I'll probably play it on stream. I do want to play the Tales games on stream one day. I just don't know when I will. But I do want to try them. Also, for the stream, thank you. Good night to you as well. For the stream, did it look good for like, was it blurry at all? Because I know we're not playing something too intense, but I had the stream set to only 6,000 for my bit rate. But if I need to raise it again back to what I had it before, I will. Because for a while I had it at like 25,000, but if we don't need it at 25,000, then I won't do that. But if 6,000 looked fine, then I'll probably keep it at 6,000. Oh, actually, no. I may. Okay, I just checked the stream. We only have 720 option. I don't know why. We should have 1080p. All right, I'll probably raise it back up to 25,000 then. 25,000 is a bit overkill, but I'm able to do it. Look, well, yeah, the game's gonna look pixel. But yeah, no, because we're supposed to have 1080p for graphics option, and I only see 720, so we'll definitely fix that. But all right, yeah, it's gonna be it for me tonight. We'll play more of this tomorrow. My plan is to just play through this, like go all the way through it. I don't know when the Jumping Flash video will be out. I'm trying to get that out though as soon as possible. But other than that though, I'm off. So see you guys. Goodbye. Dorito. God damn, Dorito. What are you doing over there? All right. See